And we're back in the bar, as the usual. His story's just locked up for now. I wonder when that's going to be coming up again.
Yo, Adachi-san.
Hey, Kasuga. Thanks for being there during the settlement the other day.
Not a problem. Think of the story we can tell now. You playing a rich guy and me playing your secretary.
I thought it suited us perfectly, to tell the truth. Now how about I buy you a meal? Hmm? Beef bowl sound good?
Hell yeah! Let's go to Akahushimaru.
I guess never mind about my previous sitcom writing conclusion about how this whole thing works. We are just going to teleport somewhere else in the middle of these scenes.
What should I get? The new special looks good, but there's also the old standby.
Come on, when someone's treating you, you gotta go with just a standard beef bowl.
Oh man, really? Well, at least let me get a large. Huh? Adachi-san, isn't that Takashi? Hey, Taka!
Back down, dumbass! He sees me like this, he's gonna know I'm not rich.
Right. Didn't think about that.
Not to mention, a rich philanthropist and his secretary eating at a dingy little beef bowl joint looks pretty weird. Let's get out of here before Takashi sees us.
What about the beef bowl?
Next time. Hey, that's the con man.
Hasegawa.
Okay, even though it was a bust, I still think that guy Yamada is a total sucker. We gotta try again.
Oh, my original idea was true.
Just get the pen pal thing with him going for now, okay?
Okay.
Come on. We'll come up with a better plan. One that'll make us really rich.
You think the two of them could be working together?
Hey, what's going on here, Takashi?
Yamada-san?
What are you guys doing here?
Oh, we're getting beef bowls, cause we're broke. Now tell us what you're doing here.
You're broke?
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Yamada Moneybags was fake. I made it all up. I'm just a jobless old fart named Adachi.
Huh?
Surprise. Adachi-san was just pretending to be a high roller, so Takashi wouldn't feel bad taking his money.
And this is your way of showing thanks? By taking everything I've got?
Takashi, if I were you, I'd start apologizing. Adachi-san's not the only one getting pissed off right now.
We're the ones who need an apology. You've been lying about all this money of yours, and now it turns out you're just some bum.
You stay out of this.
No, I'm gonna fuck you up now. Messing with us and stirring up a bunch of shit? You got it coming, man.
How?
Screw this. Time for me to kick your ass. Let's go out front.
How would he have it coming? All we did was give you free money, but it turned out that we're not a secret philanthropist, so it was just at great personal cost. Like, what are you talking about? Can I still do Essence of Mayhem? Oh. What was that punch? That was weird. That was weird. So I guess it's like an ability he has with any party member. It's just that it's always been with Nanba, and that's how it was introduced. But like, and like, that was weird. Am I imagining it, or did Nanba's part of the attack used to have him attacking the enemy clearly? Because what stood out to me was that like Adachi didn't even like hit him. He just like, it just cuts to him vaguely punching at nothing. And there's no like, it's kind of a bad looking attack, huh? Like you don't really see. He does like a crossed arms charge that doesn't connect with the enemy. Then there's a punch that doesn't connect with the enemy in any obvious way. Then finally the kick at the end finally looks like it hits him. I don't think it looked that way with Nanba, right? I think it would have stood out to me more that the attack didn't make any sense. Weird. 100 grand, damn. We're taking money back.
God damn!
I'm so sorry.
Do you have any idea what it's been like to be me these past 20 years?
Hey, Kosuke,
Takashi-kun?
I just found this letter in my room. What's this about scraping a bumper and an out-of-court settlement? I don't remember anything about this.
Oh my god, a quadruple twist. He's not even Takashi. This guy's Takashi.
Crap. I can explain.
Dude, did you pretend to be me to squeeze some money out of Yamada-san?
I'm really, really sorry, man.
Hang on a sec, you two. Let's get this cleared up.
Yeah, seriously. This letter is the one I sent to Takashi to set a date for the settlement.
And you sent it to Takashi Kasumi, that's me.
Are you serious right now?
Then who's this? He's my roommate, Kosuke. There was a time when we were both good students striving to become lawyers. Then Kosuke gave up on having a real career and started hanging out with some losers. My guess is they pressured him into impersonating me. He's not the type to stand up to people. Guess he would have made a crap lawyer.
Damn!
Look, all I did was mention that my roommate had some sweet-ass deal where rich guy sends him money every month. Hasegawa-san's the one who came up with the scam idea. I'm really sorry.
I'd like to apologize as well, Yamada-san. Although, I guess I should just call you Detective Adachi.
What? How did you know who I was?
I've known for a while. Nobody else would have cared about me enough to support me all this time. But you fought for my father's innocence until the very end.
You know about that?
Yes. Even back then, I knew about it.
Well, then let me say now what I should have said then. I'm sorry I didn't save your dad, Takashi.
Please, don't apologize. You've already helped me make sure that nobody else will suffer like my father did. Because I passed the bar exam.
You what?
Really? You kicked that exam's ass? I did. They announced the results yesterday.
Hot damn! That's great, Takashi! Really, really great!
I owe it all to you. All your help over the years really made a difference.
Well, if you ask me, it was worth every yen.
But I don't want to keep leaning on you, so I ask that you let your most recent gift be the last.
Sure, you don't gotta ask me twice. Even though, this time next month I might be a little sad not to help you.
Oh, then just keep sending it. After all, I could argue that you legally obligated yourself to keep doing it once you started.
What?
It's just kidding, that's not real. And I should know. I'm a lawyer.
Looks like Takashi-kun pulled a fast one on you, Adachi-san.
Yeah, just for a second there.
Nice to see a kid achieve something so big. I mean, that's some real leveling up, becoming a lawyer.
Yeah, God, Takashi must have worked his ass off. He's a good kid, all right.
Adachi-san, I think your kindness is what taught him to be good.
I don't know. Even without my money, I'm sure he would have made his dreams come true one way or another. That's just the kind of guy he is. He'll be a great lawyer. He'll help a lot of people.
I think you're right about that.
Thanks for everything, Kasuga.
Come on, don't get all sentimental on me.
I mean, it's just that, we've gone through some shit together, but in the end, it's, good times. I'm glad we met each other. I really am.
What a coincidence. I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Nice that the feeling's mutual. How about we celebrate Takashi passing the test with a drink?
Yeah, to great future lawyers and great former detectives.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Oh, maxed out Adachi's bond level, achievement unlocked. Oh, it's that easy. Damn, it goes quick then. Kagusa and Adachi's bond is at its strongest. Adachi will now gain even more experience when he's not in the active party. Adachi can now use the skill tag team Nelson strike. You unlock unique abilities from doing those? I guess I won't be coming here all the time then. So the... Wow, bond... Huh. Interesting. Admittedly, you might eventually have enough party members that it might be a bit of a juggling act, but I'm like, that's a... And also, he's the one that's like the tutorial character who he instantly has a bond level for you to do the first scene with when you first get him, basically, or when they first added the mechanic. But it is still just like... I'm just caught off guard by how quickly you finish the whole bond system for a character, given how long the game is. Like, I'm just kind of engaging with side content like the normal amount that you would do for... I assume people are expected to play like... So I'm just really surprised how quickly that wrapped up. Yeah, they got to have their... They got to have their low point, and then they got to have the conspiracy deepen, and got to have all the intrigue that they wanted, but also got to turn around and then have their moment of heartfelt sincerity and having a sentimental ending and everything, just by having a fake out about who the whole person was.
Yo, Sachan.
Oh, Ichiban. Perfect timing. Listen to this.
What's up? Oh, is it about Nanoha?
Yeah. I worked up the courage to call her and asked if she'd been caught up with any bad guys lately.
And how'd that go?
Well...
Not good, huh? Gotta say, I wouldn't have started with the bad guys line.
I just couldn't find the right thing to say.
Yeah, I know it's hard. But all that matters is getting Nanoha away from that dirtbag.
I don't know. We'd been apart for so many years, I was probably way out of line to tell her to break up with her boyfriend. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't even take my calls if she knew I've been checking up on her this entire time. But at least she still doesn't realize I know about her being employed at a soapland. She can never find out, not ever. I'll pretend not to know for the rest of our lives if I have to. But how do I help her without letting on what I know? If I do nothing, Katsuragawa might bankrupt her and she'll end up right back at the soapland. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? I'm freaking out!
Damn. Okay. Strong delivery on the line all of a sudden.
Well, I guess I'll just have to use my ace in the hole.
Huh? You've had a plan this whole time?
I sure do. You introduce Nanoha to a guy who's better than her boyfriend. Then she'll drop that loser like a rock.
No way. Her heart is a complete mystery. I mean, we're talking about a woman who fell in love with Katsuragawa.
Hear me out. You bring in a shining stud that makes all the other dudes look like ass. I bet he'll catch her eye.
Okay, but you're forgetting I don't know any guys like that. Where do I find a stud?
Come on. I'm sure he's closer than you think.
Where?
You're looking at him.
I knew this is where this is going.
You think you're the dreamy type, Ichiban? That's even funnier than your hair.
I wasn't joking.
Sorry. Sorry. Whew, if it helps, I definitely feel more cheerful about this now.
Good shit then.
Okay, what else can we do? There has to be something.
Well, if you really don't think we can convince Nanoha to dump him, I don't know. Wait, we've been looking at this all wrong. We need to get Katsuragawa to stay away from Nanoha, not the other way around.
How are you gonna do that? Beat him up and run him out of town?
If he were the kind of guy to give up just like that, sure. But he probably isn't. Especially now that he knows Nanoha's willing to be his piggy bank. If we screw this up, he might even take her with him when he bails.
I can't let that happen.
I think what we gotta do is crush his pride. Like, get Nanoha to break up with him without shedding a single tear, as if he's nothing to her.
And how do we do that?
It's so obvious, Sachan. Haven't you caught on yet?
To what?
You pretend to be Nanoha and break up with him. Use the twin angle to your advantage. Yeah, march in and tell Katsuragawa you never want to see him again. I'll stand there and look intimidating while you give him the boot. That'll have him running.
I see. That might actually work.
Let's do it. All we need is to find out where Katsuragawa's hanging out. Your employees could probably do that, right?
No problem. I'll tell the girls to start looking for him right away.
Great. We wait for their word, and we move in for the kill. It'll go fine. I'll be right there with you to make sure he doesn't give you trouble.
It's a date. Good thinking today, Ichiban. I'll go tell the girls to start asking around.
She and her sister are a handful. And it feels like we're finally gonna wrap this up.
It feels like we're gonna finally wrap this up. It feels like we're at bond level 4. Just one to go. Now that we know that that's how long these last. They could last different amounts technically. Great. So does this entire game take place over the course of like how long one perm lasts? Like, it's really the weirdest part of this game to me. Maybe more weirder than anything else is just the fact that Ichiban does not choose this hair, but it's inflicted upon him. But it keeps looking like this the whole game. Like, I keep having like 1,000,000 yen, so like,
but I'll try.
he could just like get different hair, but also like it feels like it takes work to make your hair look like this, right? Like you don't get out of bed like this every day. He has to like do it to himself again every day, which is even more confusing. We just finished Adachi's storyline. But now we got a song.
Accelerate through this old highway city into the night. You by my side, your tear-stained eyes, rouge running down your cheek. But baby, tonight everything's alright. As long as you're here next to me, my sweet baby, let's let go of our past and the future. This night has room for only two, you and me. So come and see. I'll show you paradise tonight. Not just one kiss, not two kisses, not 100. I've got a full clip of love for you. Hold on to me, and I swear I won't let go. I'll never let you slip away from me. Machine gun kiss, let's just fall in love.
Okay, that one's harder. Yeah, they sound a little. Some of them sound a little weird. Specifically, Nanba sounded better, and Adachi and Ichiban both sounded worse. But it's quite a thing to ask every localization voice acting team to also do the singing parts. Hello. A lily. I don't use any of these. But sure. Onion with nutrients. There you go, have fun. Okay. There's our intro set up again. Although I guess this will be less of a ritual very quickly because Nanba doesn't progress anymore, and now only Saeko has another storyline to go. Until we gain someone new, in which case it'll then just become a new beginning of every episode ritual anyway. I was walking over here, and something happened earlier, and then I had to reload my save to like undo it. Didn't want to like get into whatever was happening there. So I want to go there now, just to see what was up with that. Hero of Yokohama. What was that even for? Hitting people 500 times? Oh, he's dead, so it's probably defeating people 800 times. Stack Slap, Fat Stack Slap, Essence of Mayhem. Wait, who got the new ability? Was it not me? Oh wait, actually, we have pound mates to look at. I'm behind by 4 pound mates, 5 pound mates. Whoops. Lobster pound mate. Why not?
I summon you.
Nancy-chan, crustacean damnation. Right, it is mostly a bunch of dudes that are vaguely homoerotic. But then there are just 2 animals mixed in. That wasn't very strong. I misclick. I didn't click on the one that actually was downed. Womp womp. Did you get the new ability? Nelson Strike. Damage enemy with a combined force of Nelson Hold and a good old-fashioned punch. This move cannot be used if Kasuga is afflicted with certain stats effects. So they have a co-op move now.
Let's go.
Damn. Also, what weapon is that? What the fuck? False Alarmist? They're still new. I'm still getting new things. What's equipped right now? Yeah, the Iron Club. And the Hero's Bat upgraded looks like this right now. The +2 might have made it gold. I guess that must be the final form of it. It gets like horns or something? I don't know. Wild. Yeah, I was walking around here in a, like, I think near the bridge, and a cutscene started playing. I'm like, nope, I'm not recording right now. So let's see if I trigger it again. I don't think it was a side quest, or at least not a labeled one. Confusingly. Okay, this area suddenly has higher level enemies in it. KO. Damn, she does that much damage? I thought they were level 20. Maybe only one of them was. Where am I? Is it all the way down there, maybe? Maybe. I specifically like Alt F4 to not make the progress. But maybe I won't be able to find it now that I'm actually trying to do an episode. Such as my curse. You can kind of tell when I am just mashing A. I guess at that point I could just use auto battle. That feels like admitting defeat. I just want to play a turn-based RPG that never makes me want to press auto battle. Or stop thinking and pressing A. That's my dream. I'll check down here. The cutscene surprised me, so I don't have it like its location memorized exactly. But I didn't save, and I loaded my manual save, not... Yeah, it doesn't seem to be happening. I don't know. Whatever. Wasting everybody's time. Let's just go do the other side quest so I can get back to the story. I made you bleed. Nobody makes me bleed my own. Officer of the Lawless. Are they chapter-specific spawns? Do they spawn in from the story? I don't know. I'm surprised how many fights I'm doing in this area that are giving me new Sujimon entries. So I guess it must not be location-based? Not entirely. It must be that as you level up or the story progresses and stuff like that, maybe as you do each story chapter, you raise the encounter level a bit because you had to beat a mission that was a certain level. I really wish you could see your side quest on the taxi menu so I could know where I'm trying to go. The top of this area is where both of them are, basically. So, here, there. I definitely wish side quests showed up on the menu so you could just tell without having to cross-reference back and forth. Alrighty, what is going on up here? A guy from the Saeko clan is waiting for us to get back. We gotta wrap up these stories so we can wrap up that story.
Excuse me. Could I ask you for a donation?
Sorry, I'm kinda in a hurry.
Oh. Excuse me? Could I bother you for a donation? My little brother is sick and I need money for his surgery.
Oh, sure.
Wow, thanks.
Here.
Really? Thank you very much. It's nice to finally receive a donation.
I saw you earlier, but it doesn't look like things are going too well.
Yeah, it's true. No matter how hard I try, everybody just keeps walking past me.
You're doing this all by yourself? Where are your parents?
They've been working late to save up for the surgery.
I got ya. It must be tough.
That's why I have to work just as hard as them. Besides...
Please donate to children who are less fortunate.
Donations, please.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Those two are gathering money for children they've never even met before. I think that's amazing. It makes me want to try even harder.
Sure. You're a good kid.
Still, she's not going to earn jack in a place like this.
Why don't we try this somewhere else?
Huh?
You won't get anywhere calling out to random strangers. You gotta draw some attention. Here, I'll help you out a bit.
Oh, thank you so much. My name is Megumi. What about you, mister?
I'm Kasuga. Okay, let's see if there's a better spot. Might help us draw in some donations.
Near the ladies, near the street performer, and near the popular eatery. Near the ladies? I don't know, man. I feel like you get shooed off for being on people's property. And if you're by the street performer, it's like you're infringing on that guy's probably own attempt at gathering donations. I don't know what to do here. I also wonder if the, knowing Yakuza, there's like two things I'm always like bracing for, like what the story's gonna do. So I'm like, one, I gave her 10,000 yen. I'm like, should I be worried about her getting like the money stolen from her? Like, is that gonna go badly for her? But also, I'm like, when I see these other people gathering money for children, I'm like, are they legit, or is this, or are they doing a con? Because it's Yakuza. Those ladies over there seem well off and willing.
All right, let's try it out with those ladies.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me? My, are you lost? No, I need money for my little brother's surgery, and I was wondering if you'd be willing to make a donation? I'm sorry to hear about your little brother, but I'm afraid I don't have anything on hand. Same goes for me, I'm afraid. I use my card for everything. Rich folks sure like credit cards. Rich folks? Okay, I have to remember that, well, I don't know how Japan is either, but I have to remember that Kasuga's not from this world anymore. He's been in prison for 20 years. They said they don't have anything. Sorry, I should have seen that coming. Okay, why don't we try... It's funny, it's interesting seeing when they choose to voice things and not voice things. In particular, they've had a surprisingly consistent model of almost always voicing the first cutscene and the last cutscene of each side quest, but none of the in-between stuff. Even if they feature the same characters, or even might be just as narratively important. There's been a couple exceptions where out of nowhere a middle part is voiced. In this case, the cutscene technically didn't stop being a cutscene, and it suddenly stopped being voiced in the middle of the same cutscene, which is more of a surprise. I guess they see this as the body of the quest, but it might all take place during one continued cutscene or something. Shop over there has some good traffic. Place with lots of parents and kids is sure to help. Let's try that shop over there. Oh, okay. Alright, let's see if this works. Hey, you can't do that here. Huh? I'm the manager of this store. I can't have you soliciting out here without at least telling me first. You need permission these days? I guess that was a rule long coming.
Sorry.
My bad, I totally forgot about that. If it's cool with you, can we post up outside your store? Please, it's for my little brother's surgery. Well, if that's the case, go on right ahead. I thought you might be like those people from earlier. But I won't deny someone with such a good cause. Oh, thank you very much. Nonsense, you're doing the hardest part. Best of luck now. Cool, we got permission. Let's get back to it. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot. See? It's all about location. You're tied with the manager now, too, so this place is your best bet. Hi. Yes, thank you for your help. I'll stay here and keep going. Still, but it's a lot tougher with all these people around now, huh? I'm definitely more tired than I was before, but it's nothing compared to what Ma-kun is going through. Ma-kun? Ah, your little brother? Yep. He's really looking forward to going to the amusement park with me, Mom and Dad again. Yeah, cool. Let's make sure he gets to do that. Yeah. Oh, I have to get home soon. Thank you very much for all your help. What a sweet kid. What a sweet kid. Oh, hey. Didn't know you were here. I wasn't sure when to cut in. My apologies for earlier. I thought you were in cahoots with those guys over there. Who, them? Looks like they're collecting for some kind of cause, right? Something wrong? I don't have any proof, but I think they're just collecting money to line their pockets. It's just a rumor, but wouldn't that be terrible if it was true? Especially if they're using kids in need as bait. I was worried that you two might have been doing the same thing. No kidding? Yes, well, wrongful assumption on my part. You can use my storefront anytime. I just wanted to let you know, now, if you'll excuse me. I just wanted to let you know. Now, if you'll excuse me, that's the timing. I wonder if the rumor of those guys is true. Nah, it can wait. I should check on Megumi when I get the chance. I knocked over my wireless adapter, and I don't like it when it's on the floor. Get back on the not floor. Yeah, solicitors get aggressive in major towns. It's been part of the furry convention circuit experience, is that I've always grown up in much smaller towns, and so when I go to these like major cities that these places take place in, like Atlanta and Pittsburgh, you get absolutely swarmed with people asking for money, and it's like a real mix of like people that might be homeless and people who are, I don't know, a billion other like visual contexts where it's really hard to judge. Basically, I can hide from this encounter by hiding in the subway. They'll never get me. I'm so good at Metal Gear Solid. But even whether or not whether they're telling the truth or not, there's also just the element of like they will, like the sheer number of solicitors would just clear you out if you did like just earnestly want to help people. You're like, Jesus Christ, this is so many people asking for money. I landed at Atlanta at night on the from the airport, then had to take the bus. I had to take the bus. What was it? I think I took the bus from the airport to the train station, then took the train station from the bus stop to the hotel I was staying at. It was just such a huge, extended process, and every step of the way, there were several more people soliciting me. And in particular, I was having this like social anxiety element of like not only just that element where I'm not used to like looking people in the eye and having to try to deny them so many times, but also the weird element, which is that I had like what I was calling seashell ear, which is that I landed from the pressure change from landing on the plane, like it had like plugged one of my ears like very long term, like it just was not clearing, and any attempts to like do any kind of like the nose and like to your nose and blow type stuff was only making it worse. So I just like I essentially had like a mix of like my ear was like, it was like tinnitus, where it's like not only is it plugged in a way where it doesn't work properly normally for like hearing audio, but also it was continually making noise from the pressure at all times. So I also like I was in this weird mix of like genuinely not being able to understand people, so I feel like I'm ignoring them or I'm not able to talk to them, and I'm like feel like I'm being rude even more on top of, like, but I genuinely was like temporarily disabled as far as being able to interact with people goes. And I'm like, I don't like this entire day that's happening right now. It's one of those moments where I'm like, I want to go home. And in particular, you go to these places and I see how everyone else reacts, and it's like I see the way that the entire group of people I'm with will all just snap to like their heads will snap in these various directions, and they'll just immediately avoid eye contact and just completely ignore people and ice them out. And then the people just lock onto me because I don't do that. And I'm like, man, is it that straightforward? You just have to like people that live in cities, because everyone else seems to live in cities, they just train themselves to react a specific way, and the people just move on. But because I'm not a country boy, but I'm the comparative country boy, I guess. I like don't immediately respond correctly, and people like find me as basically the mark of the group. I'm like, come on. I just want to have dinner, and we have to wait outside. There's an outside line for dinner. Damn it. There's Megumi, working hard as always. Please make a donation. My little brother is sick and needs money for his surgery. Doesn't look like anybody here can hear. Doesn't look like anybody can hear her. No surprise considering all this traffic.
Hey.
Watch her be the con man, and there is no little brother, and all the people across the street are actually doing it sincerely. Hey, how's it going? Oh, Kasuga-san. I've been receiving more donations than ever. I'm still a long way from my goal.
I see.
Yeah, in that case, you just need to let your voice be heard. I was watching you earlier, and it looks to me like you're not getting loud enough. How do I do that? Here, let me show you. Huh? The key here is to get everyone to stop in their tracks. How the hell am I going to do that? Hold up, listen up. Yo, UFO. Yo, UFO! Crazy! Dang! Gonna make them all look at the sky. That's not helpful. Hey! Hold the fuck up, people! Oh. That wasn't... I just got BioWared. What? Psst, is that guy sane? Don't make eye contact. There's a little girl with that angry man. Is she in danger? Shit. I got them to stop, but now I look like a freak. How great was that line, huh? Just couldn't help but reenact it. Easily one of my top 10 films of all time. Oh, that was just a quote of a movie? Yikes. Downright embarrassing. So that's why you yell if you want people to notice you? That's what you yell if you want people to notice you? If you say so. Hey, hold the wait, hold on. Don't say that. Try this instead. Everybody, listen up real quick. What's going on? What happened? See, that got their attention. Do it just like that. Okay, you're up. Give it all you got. Okay. Everyone, please listen to what I have to say. My little brother is sick and needs money. So if you could, please consider donating. Hey, there you go. A donation. Maybe I should do something good for once. That girl's way younger than me, but look at her go. I should donate too. Sure, I'll donate. Huh? Wait. What the hell's going on here? Wow, look at this. Thank you very much, everyone. I didn't expect to receive this much. Thank you, Kasuga-san. Hey, all I did was give you a little advice. You gonna be okay on your own? Hi. Yep. Good to hear. Well, keep it up for your brother. We did it, but at what cost? The other one's just like right down here at this restaurant. What's this guy? I loved insects when I was a kid. I'd go collect them. When I want to see what before I die. Maybe if I find a golden dragonfly, he'll work for me. Give the golden dragonfly. Is he good? I don't have one. I don't. They keep asking if you want to recruit people, but they don't actually tell you what their rank is or what they're like. So it's like, what? What? I don't want to recruit every single person off the street. They need to be good. Otherwise, I have to pay money. I have to pay their monthly salary, and I don't even have a place to put them in a store if they're bad. It's like, I don't understand what the game's going for with some of that. Here's a little tip from me. You ever low on health, try gobbling down a hamburger. It may wreak havoc on your arteries, but at least it'll get your vitals back up. Okay. Do. Menu complete.
Who's hungry?
Me! Have I told you how much I love this soup? It is seriously the best soup in the world.
Even better than soup from a 5-star restaurant?
Believe me, it wouldn't come close.
I mean, this is good and all, but I gotta think a fancy restaurant would win out.
In this case, it's not about quality. As a student, my friends and I would go here after school just to have soup and chit-chat. One spoonful's all it takes to bring the good times back.
Oh, I get you. What you're savoring is the memories.
Right. And if the world was ending tomorrow, I'd probably get this as my last meal.
Okay then. For my last meal, I'd have a cup of Fin sake, Ijincho style.
Fin sake? What even is that?
He's not gonna answer?
Why don't I go fishing and have you try some?
Guess it kind of answered. There's just a weird moment for the interface to do something.
Tasty.
I'm just like, it's like she shared her story. Why don't you share your story about how you about it's like the meal you had with Nanba, like one of the first things you tried after you were rescued by people. Hello. Another dinner alone. Huh? Wonder why that kid's by himself. And this late, too. Friendship extortionist. What is that? What is that title?
Hey, kiddo, you eating all by yourself here?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Well, that wouldn't do at all. How about I give you some company?
You're sure? Wow, what a cool guy. Just goes to show that looks can be deceiving.
Thing is, you gotta pay the friendship fee up front. Then there's the chewing fee, the digesting fee, well, you know. Anyway, I'll take the best on the...
No way. That's extortion. The text proceeded the moment it finished populating. Jeez.
What's that, you little shit? You kids with your big words these days. You saying there's something off about my policy?
Hey, don't yell. You're scaring me. Nope, he's a thug. How can you even think of shaking down a kid, though? You honestly expect kids to have money half the time? Hey, leave him alone. Can't you see you're freaking him out?
Yeah, that's a goddamn point. If you even think about getting in my way, I'm gonna serve you up first.
Look, I don't want this kids to see you getting hurt. Let's take this outside. Well. What does this guy even think he's accomplishing?
Okay, I think I screwed up. Seriously, I'll leave the kid alone from now on.
Get lost.
Yes, yes, sir.
What?
Now that's a wet kitchen. I mean...
Hey, thanks. Thanks, mister. Oh, good little man. Now how about you finish up and get on home, huh? Actually, would you mind staying with me till I'm done? My name's Noboru, by the way. Huh? Would you mind? I just hate eating by myself all the time. Must be a lonely kid. No wonder he looked so happy when that punk first talked to him. Look, I'm more than willing to share. I ordered french fries and dipping sauce and... I feel like shit if some other jackass came to bully him when I wasn't around. Guess I could spare the time. Alright, bud. I can hang out a bit. Oh, and I'm Kasuga. Really? You're awesome, Kasuga-san. Thanks a million. Are your parents just sending you to the local fast food place to eat alone or something? Go on, get.
Okay, all done. Man, that was so good.
Hope you tasted some of it. You scarfed that down real quick.
Yeah. Somehow I always eat faster when there's company.
Right. You mentioned something about always eating alone.
Usually it's just me and my mom. But lately she just leaves me money for dinner and goes off somewhere.
She ever tell you where she's going?
Nope.
Huh.
Anyway, thanks for staying with me.
You got it, little man. Hope I helped you kill at least a little time.
Yeah, it was fun. I wish we could eat together all the time. Sorry. That was just me being selfish. Forget I said that.
I'm about to bawl my eyes out watching this kid. He's so honest, even to a complete stranger.
So, you come eat here a lot?
Yeah. Back when Dad was around, it would always be us three. But now it's just me by myself.
Gotcha. Then why don't we come back here again? Better to eat with a buddy, right?
You mean it? All right.
Great. But for now, you're going home.
Okay. Then see you next time.
This is the child chapter, where we have two different childs. Actually, where'd you go? I wonder if I just haven't been far enough away yet. She was like right here. Maybe if I go down the street. Unless that quest is also on pause for a while. Greetings. These guys are baby level. They will suffer. Whenever I think the game's normalizing levels, I see these guys again and I'm like, wait. How do you still exist? There's something over here. Maybe that's an update about the wet burger kid. Yakitori. Oh, is this the mom? Man, you gotta be shitting me. Also, it's just funny to me that I'm like, right when I called out the game has a. It's funny to me that right when I called out that the game has a really consistent format for side quests and voice acting, which is based on doing like 20 quests and it being really consistent. Immediately they diverge even further from that format, and they have a quest start entirely in text and then suddenly change into voice acting midway through. I'm like, what? In the middle part? It's like there was such a consistent like sandwich of voice acting where it was always just like how every single one was wrapped and then the entire inside was not voice acted. Man, you gotta be shitting me. Who's that girl think she is with her stupid little pink hat? She's messing up our whole scam. It is a scam, I guess. Yeah, I was gonna say Trendy Makeup Girl was the name of one of the NPCs from the donation quest. Girl with a pink hat. She talking about Megumi? Oh, good. She just got lucky this time. Don't worry about it. We could have gone for yakiniku if not for her. Now we're stuck with fast fucking food. I'm so pissed. Feel how light the donation box is. Not you're the only one suffering. I got my motorcycle to worry about. Seems like the rumor about those two is true. Man, we gotta do something about that kid. Okay, fine. We see her at our spot again, we'll crush the little shit.
Yo.
Yo, hold up a sec, guys. Huh? The hell you want, Pops? Wait, you were with the kid. Collecting donations only to spend it on yourselves? How low can you get? You eavesdropping on us? Those donations are more than just money, a lot more. That shit is people's hope. Their desire to be bigger themselves by helping someone else. First you trample all over everyone else's goodwill. Now you're talking about crushing a little girl? Not on my fucking watch. Their goodwill? Dude, so cringy. Hey, how about we teach Gramps here a lesson? It'll make getting rid of the brat that much easier. Yeah, and maybe we can squeeze a donation from him while we're at it. I'd love to see you try. Real tough guy we got here. Die! Alright. Not a lot of moral complexity coming in from these people, it's there. It is hard to see past the amount of people that are doing a con with donations. Or at least the people who, like, might genuinely need the donation on some level, but they, like, lie about what's happening, and they use lies and stories to get the money. It just kind of puts the whole thing in doubt. It makes you not want to interact with anything, not to mention just the mass of them. I remember back when I went to college, I'd drive into the Sacramento area, and there was this one gas station I'd always go to on the way back, because I had to get gas for the commute home. Fairly consistently, honestly. And there was this guy that would be going around and begging for money from people at the gas station, claiming that he just needs to get enough gas to get to the next town over, because there's like an emergency. And you feel bad hearing about that idea, although I'm not sure where his car was or anything. But I didn't encounter him directly during that. But then, like, a month later, I saw somebody else doing the same one, and by the time I graduated, I saw that exact story at the exact gas station with different people and so on, like 6 to 8 different times. So I'm like, this is not a normal occurrence that happens in daily life. I've never seen this happen anywhere else. It's just like a local thing that people shared amongst themselves. It's like a tactic, and I'm like, well, that puts the whole thing in doubt regardless of what you think about this. It's like, who knows if any of this is even slightly true on any level, and I'm like, this just bums me out. Okay, we learned our lesson. I'll leave the kid alone. You jerks, do you even know why she's collecting donations? Huh? No idea. I'm sure you guys saw how hard she was working back there. Listen up. This was for her little brother. We were so focused on money we didn't even bother listening to her. I'm amused that it faded away to do as if this was a long story, but my brother's sick and needs a surgery. is that's all we've gotten. That's the entire story we've gotten so far. That's like the full depth of the story. So that's all there is to recap. There wasn't a fade to black amount of recap. It was just one line. That girl barely knows which way is up, but she's out there doing her best just so she can help her brother.
Hey.
Putting that into perspective, what you guys were doing sounds pretty shitty, doesn't it? On top of that, she even said she looked up to you for trying to help kids in need. What? I won't say anything about you two to Megumi. She's already going through a lot with her brother. Last thing she needs is anything that'll bring her down. Man, I feel like a real ass. Yeah. I never considered that there was people in the world that actually needed help. This was the first time I've ever encountered that concept. I thought I thought this was literally just like a roleplay thing. You know, a donation kink. You're like, it's like, what do you mean? Why would being confronted with this even make you feel bad, honestly? You had to know the whole time. What should I get today? Oh, Noboru's here. Looks like he hasn't eaten. Maybe now would be a good time to catch up.
Hey.
Yo, Noboru.
Oh, Kasuga-san, you came back.
I sure did. So, you hungry?
You bet.
This is the baby children episode. I hate that burger so much.
Oh man, I'm stuffed.
You eat like a dinosaur, Noboru.
Oh yeah.
Then you eat like a...
Oh yeah? Well then you eat like a mutant dinosaur.
By the way, how old are you, kid?
I'm 9, but 10's just around the corner.
Oh, so you got yourself a birthday coming up. What'd you ask your mom for?
Huh?
Aren't kids supposed to get presents on their birthday? I mean, not that I ever did.
Oh yeah?
Were you some kind of troublemaker? I gotta see it.
No way.
Hey, I wasn't that bad. Okay, maybe I was, but that wasn't the reason at all. I just didn't have any parents to give me anything.
Really?
Really? And top it off, my birthday's on New Year's, but I never got New Year's presents either. A double dose of tragedy every year. Your birthday's on New Year's? I don't remember that. Maybe when they showed his birth, well, they didn't show his birth, literally, but maybe it said New Year's when the scene happened. I'm not sure. I feel like a crazy person now. I don't remember what was up. Ow. Is that why his name's number 1? Because he was born on January 1st? Does Japan have the same New Year's? Obviously Chinese New Year's is his own thing, but I think it's still January, right? Yeah. He's born on 1/1.
Oh, then maybe I should stop feeling sorry for myself.
You went to prison on your birthday for 18 years? Jesus Christ, what a prologue this game had, huh? Brutal. Ah, no, I wasn't trying to say that. I was just... Anyway, if you could have a single present, anything you wanted, what would it be?
Oh, that's easy. It'd be a red baseball glove at Taniyama Sporting Goods. It's modeled after Sotayama's, you know, from the major leagues.
That... Sorry, I'm broken by fucking visual novel voice writing, where I'm like... It's modeled after Sotayama's, you know. We're like, wait, why'd you say it like that? Like, oh, okay. It's like it's modeled after Sotayama's, like, period. That's the end of the sentence. The Sotayama's glove or Sotayama's hand, yeah, is implied, and then the is Sotayama. You know who Sotayama is, but there are so many contexts in which I would hear people say Sotayama's. And they don't mean his glove. That's why it's so popular and rare. I try not to ask my mom for much, but I really, really want this. So I told her about the glove, but I bet she just forgot. Don't say that. I'm sure she's got a lot going on, but maybe she'll pull through for you. Have a little faith. Get your hopes up, kid. In a family that has no money. That's never backfired before. Okay, I'll try. Thanks, mister. Well, it's getting to be that time. About when kids your age should be home doing their homework. Yeah, you're right. Guess time flies when you're having fun. See you later, Kasuga-san. Later. Sorry I'm late to the whole, you holding the captain of the Yakuza at gunpoint thing. I need to have several dinners with this lonely child. I'm sure you understand. So Noboru wants a baseball glove from Taniyama Sporting Goods. Hope his mom really does remember. I'm so sorry about the constant pausing, but I'm just... The game has automatically preceding text. I have to read it. And if I have any kind of comment or even just mispronounce something for a moment or like hesitate, I'm like, oh fuck, I need to try it again. Or even just see that think the line is long and is going slow. I need to pause the game just so I can read it because it might at any second disappear. The fact that there's not even a visual timer of when it's going to proceed, so you don't know when it's coming, really fucks with me. So it makes me pause it even more than I would have to, because I don't know when I need to pause it. I just don't know when it's going to just be like, nah, you don't get that dialogue. And sometimes it still gets me. Sometimes the text automatically proceeds the moment the last character fills in. Before, like, people who are reading it in their head might not even finish it in time because it literally didn't... It maybe even technically didn't even fully appear on screen before it proceeded. In those cases, I assume that it's, like, timed based on the Japanese text filling in, which would be filled in sooner, because Japanese has fewer characters. By which I mean, like, when you express the same text... If you express the same amount of dialogue in Japanese versus English, fewer characters appear on screen one by one. Like each individual like square's worth of symbol counting as a character. I think that technically sometimes the individual parts might count in some way, but that's not what I mean, and that's not how this game's the data processes these things. People have argued with me on that sometimes, and I don't really know why. As far as I can tell, I'm right. Maybe they feel like I'm besmirching the Japanese language by claiming that it's less complex or something, or that it's less evolved. I don't even know what they might mean, what be thinking I might be saying when I imply that it takes less characters. It just takes less characters. It's a very, very different way of expressing language, and it ends up being relatively condensed. It actually comes up a lot in Final Fantasy. Like when I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. As far as I can tell, they translate one page of text at a time when people are talking or when exposition's happening, and every time you press A to continue. And every now and then, very strangely, there's just like, the text just overflows the dialogue box, and there's like 3 more words on the next page. And it's like basically a mistake. And it's like, huh, why is that there? We're already doing press A to continue each time. You'd think you would just have it set up. So you think you just break up that text if it was like that, but it's like, okay, it's an MMO. It's like probably persistent between all players on some way, and the cutscenes are animated or have like animations that play at certain points. So it's all timed to work a certain way. So it probably needs to maintain the same number of dialogue boxes. So if it just takes, sometimes it just takes longer to write out the English version. So much so that it literally has to spill over into an extra page, despite it being the same overall dialogue box. But if they split it up into like another full one, it would mess with like the programming for the animations potentially. Much more notably, I think it was Final Fantasy VIII, and Toaster's filled me in on this a lot. Final Fantasy VIII is famously like a shit show in English, because they literally did not have enough data. They didn't have enough space on the disc for the full English script. So they had to cut a bunch of the writing out of the game. They literally had to cut a bunch of the story and writing and dialogue and like abridge things just to fit all of the text in the game, apparently. And I think the implication there is that the Japanese version is more complete, because the Japanese version is just the original version of the script. But it was more data efficient because of how Japanese works. The original script fit and was written to fit, and then when they translated to English, it just took up so much more data that they literally had to like trim it in order to make it fit, and that's why the translation's really bad for that particular game. And there's just like a bunch of examples of that. But yeah, in some games, I have to think about it, like this comes up a lot in Zelda. Zelda will randomly have text that proceeds automatically, but it'll proceed automatically so quickly, and I'm like, oh, they thought I'd be able to read that because they definitely timed it based on how long it takes to populate the Japanese characters. When the text goes and it makes each letter show up one by one. They time the cutscenes based on that, and it'll be notably poorly synced in English. And it's because the English, if you in particular make the text pop up like one letter at a time, it literally fucks up the timing of the entire cutscene in English because of how many more characters it takes to render out each word and so on, one by one. Anyway.
Hey, Megumi. Everything cool?
Oh, Kasuga-san! You know, I haven't seen the usual donation people around here in a while.
Huh.
Hey, little girl, you got a second?
Oh, it's you two!
Keep up the good work for your brother. Bye.
Well, that's all I have to say. See ya!
Thank you very much. Oh, I almost forgot. This is for all your help.
Pearl earrings, wait. What? You should sell those for your brother's surgery. Unless they're trash, I don't know. Well, that sounded mean. I was Googling it because I was like, it's so hard to keep track of how yen works. It's a really mind-boggling number translation. It's just really hard to do in your head ever, I think. In modern day, at least, because this goes all over the place, in 2025, 10,000 yen from Ichiban, which at the time I picked the biggest donation amount and wanted to see what that amounted to. But it turns out it's only like $67. So I was like, I gave you 10,000 yen. Like you might be set for the surgery. Honestly, you're gonna get like chump change by comparison from all these random people. I bet I set you up. Why isn't this quest over? And then I'm like, oh god, I only gave her $67. That is not enough for like any surgeries.
Are you sure? Thanks.
Working hard as ever, I see. Can I make a donation?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm gonna get going. Keep it up.
I will.
Donations, huh? Never really gave it much thought. I should give more the next time someone needs help. Then again, I should also be careful not getting scammed.
That's the struggle. I was curious because the 1 million yen keeps coming up all the time. 1 million yen is only 6.67. It's $6,670. So it's less than $7,000, which is not a massive amount, but it is in the territory of like the amount of money that like is like a for like a lot of people. But it's not like a life-changing amount of debt usually. So when Saeko's sister was being conned out of 5 million yen for the surgery, she was being asked to pay $33,000. And that, at that point, that's difficult. That's a difficult amount of money to have. Ah, you fuckers. I was trying to figure out like what the hell the scale of the stuff was. Cause yeah, you feel like a a big roller when you go around and you have like a fucking a million yen all of a sudden. You're like, how much is this dang? And you're like, oh, okay. When I make it to 1,000,000 yen after grinding that mini game all day, I made $6,000. Which I would like $6,000. Yes, thank you, give me. But that is not going to shatter my world. Let's do a quiz since I'm in the neighborhood, and then I'll take the taxi. I don't have this one yet. I'll go win another quiz, and then I'll take the taxi back over to the bar district, or the district my bar is in, at least, because that's where one of the quests is hopped to. And given that that one's over, it must be the one about the dinner. That poor boy. We gotta know what his deal is. Ah. I'm good at walking. I really got stuck on the corner, damn.
Can I help you?
Let's take another exam. Okay, so Underworld studies, 100 confidence. I probably should check what my... Oh, check personality. There we go. My lowest stat is intellect, charisma, and confidence combined. Confidence is the lowest one, so maybe I should do Underworld study for that. On one hand, I'm like, I'm a normal human being who doesn't know anything about the Underworld, and on the other hand, I'm like, I have played like 1,000 hours of Yakuza games. So, I know what they might mean.
This one? Good luck.
Good luck. You may begin. Jin Goda was the father of Ryoji Goda, who was known as the Dragon of Kansai. He was also the former chairman of the Omi Alliance, but of which generation? Fuck you. Numbers. I hate numbers. God fucking damn it. Pick a middle one. 5th. Omi Alliance is considered the largest Yakuza organization to have ever existed in the Kansai region. The Sengoku family was a direct family with a well-established name. Who was its patriarch? A direct family? Okay, Toronosuke, oh my fucking god. Toronosuke, what the okay. Many other Yakuza organizations exist from the Tojo clan and the Omi Alliance, which the following is not one of them. Ryodo Yamagasa Hidakata Taihai Association. Hidakawa? I don't know. Though the Tojo clan is composed of mostly many powerful members, there is one who stands out, especially Milton, is feared by many of them as the Mad Dog of Shimano. That is Goro Majima, right? Yeah, it's Goro. His name does come up less. That other name. The Omi Alliance is considered the largest Yakuza organization to have ever existed in the Kansai region, with many lower branches beneath it. The following is not part of the Omi Alliance in the 2010s. Kill you. Kill me. Kill everything. What the fuck me. Why are you saying a specific time, too? Sasai family? I'm so fucked. I'm cooked, as the kids say. I got none of these right except for Goro Majima. Holy shit. It's only names and numbers. The worst thing that could have ever happened to me. What? How? How? This would boost my confidence. Look at me, I'm an idiot that doesn't know anything. And success. Got 3 right. It was the 5th, I just guessed. Whenever they give you a range of numbers, it's almost never the lowest number or the highest number, so I skipped 4th and 7th, so it was down to 5th or 6th. It's just taking tactics. This fucks me up. This makes me feel less bad. I was like, should I feel bad how often I mix up Japanese names that sound similar and have rearranged syllables and so on, and like, am I just like a really embarrassing American? But then they gave me a fucking quiz that is just the characters They genuinely just gave me a quiz that is just like that's a handful of syllables rearranged or repeated or slightly messed with for this guy's giant ass name, and it's like this is so it's an observable. This is a normal mistake to be having. I drew art recently of a table with a cloth under its like surface, you know, the Japanese style of table, and I called it a tonkatsu in front of Toaster, and I'm like, it took me like 24 hours to register that it's kotatsu, not tonkatsu. Tonkatsu is a type of ramen. I'm like, motherfucker, no. I had no idea. It really was the Tai-Hai Association. Okay, for a moment I was like, it can't be that obvious, right? Because I was like, it doesn't say family. It's like, haha, see, it's not a member of the groups because it's called the Tai-Hai Association. But no, it even says that it was from the Tojo clan. The Tai-Hai Association was an internal faction within the Tojo clan's Dojima family that was led by Hiroki Awano in the late 80s. All the way back in like... The Tai-Hai Association is from Yakuza 0, right? Oh, God, they make you go so quickly that I read the question wrong. I was trying to find the only one that was a member of the Tojo clan or the Omi Alliance. So they were mostly non-Tojo, non-Omi Alliance. But that was the... Wait. Where's the following is not one of them. Is the Ryudo family not Omi Alliance? Isn't that the blonde guy? I thought the other question was about that, basically. Ryuji Goda. Dragon of Kansai. Was that not the Ryudo family? I'm probably mixing them up. I mean, their names aren't Ryudo, so... I don't know. Goro Majima, that's the given. They do mess with you with Gora and Gara and Garo. The Omi Alliance is considered the largest Yakuza organization to have ever existed in the Kansai region, blah 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 blah. I got that part right. The Sasai family was not... I can't believe it came down to that. That's absurd. Keep wanting to say first name and last name, but I genuinely have to like... I'm genuinely hesitant to ever say either. Because in both cases... Japanese is so confusing, but specifically its localization is so inconsistent that I genuinely don't know from game to game and anime to anime which name is the first name and which name is the last name, because I don't know if they're switching it when they localize it or not.
Which exam would you like to take?
So I don't know. They make it as confusing as possible by flipping everybody's names, but only sometimes in some localizations and not in other localizations, and I just get so mixed up that I'm like, I'm actually not sure if it's Kiryu Kazuma or Kazuma Kiryu. I think it is Kazuma Kiryu, even though Kiryu is always phrased like it's his first name, and Kazuma is his family, and there is the fact that they're flipped in Japanese, that the family name goes first and their assigned name goes afterwards, if I remember correctly. So that's why they flip it, is because they try to make it seem like... They try to make it make sense for Americans by flipping it the way we expect. This will certify that you have a deep understanding of various flags that represent many countries around the world. In memory, creativity, and why would memorizing flags raise my charisma level? What the fuck? Because flags are a representation of things? So they're the charisma of a country or something? This one doesn't make any sense. Me identifying flags is not Riz. Which of the following countries has a leaf on its flag? Canada. Which of the following countries has a moon on its flag? Singapore. Which of the following countries has green on its flag? Green's a rare color, too. Fuck. Panama? Which of the following countries has a sun and stars on its flag? Sun and stars is the Philippines? A dragon on its flag. I'm fucked. I don't know flags. I know it's not Japan, obviously. Nepal. This is a shit show. I think I knew one answer, and it was immediately obvious. I still don't know if this is good or bad. Okay. You're the man. You're the man. Whoa. I mean, I knew all those answers the whole time, and this wasn't embarrassing at all. Canada, Singapore, so I got the moon right. Panama, no, it's Cameroon has a green. I was right up the Philippines. I did think the Philippines was right. Bhutan has a dragon. Whoops. Flags are hard.
Can I help you? Which exam would you like to take?
And then the last... Yeah, Christmas level 5 now, so let's level up intellect to level 5, I guess? Why not?
This one? Make sure
And then I'll stop because we're doing 3 in a row now. It's like, I don't want to binge these all day. Which is the last known emperor of Russia? What is this? What was the number of the Nikolai? Number rule again. Pick the middle one. Which of the following is another name for the 19th century American Civil War that was fought to end or continue slavery? The war between states? I guess? The war between East and West? I'm American, and I'm like, what are you talking about? No one calls it anything else besides the Civil War, really. Or the... I mean, people in the South call it some other stuff, but it's not the war between states. Who is the Carthaginian general who led invasion into Roman Italy in the 3rd century? Hannibal. Which of the following is the title of the monarchs who were said to rule the nation with divine right and justice in ancient Japan? The Pharaoh? Yeah. Did I say Japan? It's Egypt. Feudal Lord Oda Nobunaga was assassinated in the 16th century. Who is the vassal responsible for his death? Who killed Nobunaga? Mitsuhide. It's Mitsuhide, right? I've played Samurai Warriors. I know Japanese history. Please let this... It's not Ieyasu, right? It's Mitsuhide. Because I like Mitsuhide. I like playing as Mitsuhide, I mean. I cannot believe I've succeeded at all 3 of these. But this one, I think I had a higher score than the other ones. I might have hit 4. 5! 4. I was wrong about Nikolai. It was the 2nd. I was right about it being one of the middle 2 numbers every time, though. It once again is one of the middle ones. War between states. Yeah, it just makes sense. Hannibal, I was like, that sounds right. That was just vibes, but it's like, that sounds right. I think Hannibal always stuck out to me because of the movie about a completely different Hannibal, obviously, but it's like Hannibal Lecter. It's like, so like whenever I hear about the Hannibal in history, I'm like, hang on a minute. Pharaoh's just so obvious. And yeah, Akechi Mitsuhide. Yeah. Retainer of Oda Nobunaga, but in 1582, he led a revolt against his master, who was staying in Honnoji, Kyoto at the time. Yeah, I actually played most of the Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors games, including Hyrule Warriors 1, one of the Gundam games, one of the One Piece games. Like, I've played several of the Dynasty Warriors spin-offs even. It was like my go-to. I used to genuinely just love those games as a kid, but then even when I got older, it was kind of like a time waster, like the way that someone would play like Vampire Survivor. I would just be like, let's just clear out this Dynasty Warriors map of all of its living inhabitants. And in particular, Samurai Warriors 4, if I remember correctly, is like the best game they've ever made. Because it has good co-op, it has good combat, it has like... The later ones are really good because they have a horse button where you can hold down the summon horse button to have the horse run up to you and then automatically pick you up wherever you are. Because that's just so vital to making horses a thing you'd actually want to use on purpose. Whereas the games where you have to like, where you press the summon horse button and then the horse just somewhere onto the map and just stands there, and then you have to awkwardly try to run up to the side of the horse and try to like click the mount button next to the saddle and try, like, they make it so hard to get on the horse that you never want to use the horse. Every game that has horses needs like a automatic mount your horse button and give up on realism, because otherwise you'll just end up running everywhere because the horse is so annoying to use. But they also added a crowd clearing button, which is very satisfying to use. So you have your normal like X, 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 Y, X, X, Y, X, 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 Y. Like you do your, or square, 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 triangle. You do your light, light, light heavies, which is the same combat system that Yakuza has, where you just have your light attacks and your heavy attacks, but where you use a heavy attack in your light attack combo leads to a different finisher. All of Dynasty Warriors uses that system, and it's relatively satisfying because you do make it. You have like the rhythm of doing combos, and you have like you just fall into the rhythm of doing your combos in that sort of Phantasy Star Online sort of way, but also you're continually making a choice how to end each combo, and each combo finisher has a different consistent purpose. Like X, Y, or square triangle is a stun, square square triangle is a launch, square 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 triangle is a big AoE like crowd clearer. Square 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 triangle, actually that might be the launch. And like square 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 triangle, like the fives, then a triangle, that one's a that's like the big finisher for like doing heavy damage to an individual enemy. So like you make different choices based on whether or not you're fighting crowds or you're fighting an officer, and you're trying to like crowd control him and not let him react for as long as possible. And so that kind of like stuff makes it kind of satisfying to poke at. But what's really nice is that in Samurai Warriors 4 they added the ability to just kind of dash around like a lunatic in the middle of the crowds of really weak enemies, and that made crowd clearing just more satisfying. They just added a unique weak attack that covered a lot of range that was good for clearing out those enemies and let you like avoid having to combo your way through hundreds and hundreds of units the same way you used to. It looks like the new game might in particular be interested in having more diverse combat and mixing things up, which could be nice, because the last one, the open world one, was a terrible game and I hated it. And I didn't even bother with it after the first few hours. I just quit. Yeah, guys, I don't think that looks like Adachi all that much, gotta say. But just since I'm on a tangent here, apparently. What's really nice about Samurai Warriors 4 and why I recommend it the most is that it has a system where if you're playing single player, they still let you play co-op with yourself. Because part of so much of the game, of what's interesting about Dynasty Warriors is just you making the moment-to-moment decision making of the gameplay is not that interesting on the micro, like how you fight necessarily, but how you navigate the map and clear it is much more interesting in a sort of like a little bit of Pathologic, a little bit of like Pac-Man, a little bit of Dead Rising, just like you are constantly making decisions about where you're headed right now and why, and the map has like shifting objectives and challenges and things that have like time-sensitive objectives and so on, so it's like about time management and routing. And what's interesting about Samurai Warriors 4 specifically is they let you have two characters at the same time, and you run around as them separately, and whenever you're not playing as one of them, they're run by the AI, but you can press like the select button to like hot swap between them, so you can basically manage two different goals at once, almost like playing Pac-Man if you had two Pac-Mans. Like you keep switching between them to do important tasks, but also like maintaining stage presence in two different parts of the battlefield and making decisions there about where you need to be. And that it's the first game that they made where you can literally be in two places at once, and that makes it way more interesting and engaging moment to moment for like what it is. It's such a smart evolution of the series, and what's so disappointing that they did something that clever, and then their next game was that terrible open world game where that was the death of their formula. It was just the worst idea they've ever had. Hitting you with the Dynasty Warriors opinions. Ugh. Ah. Oh yeah, isn't this the place that had Noboru's glove? Or at least the one he wanted? Wow, having a Sotayama glove in my hands is unreal.
I gotta say though, taking the second to last one feels like sliding into home and hearing the umpire yell safe. Bet these are selling fast, huh? That bright red color sets my heart on fire. Does this guy want to use this glove? The kid, I mean. Or does he just want to own it? Because, like, these adults and him should not be competing for the same gloves anyway, if he needs a child's glove. But if it's just for the sake of having one on his shelf as, like, a collector's item, then I guess they would be. Shoot, if there's only one left, then things aren't looking good for Noboru. Maybe I should just get it for him before someone else can? Excuse me. Tamae-chan, hello there. You're here for the glove, aren't you? The Sochiyama model? Crap, did she reserve it ahead of time? Yes, I'm finally ready to buy it. It's been such a hard month. I hardly know how I managed to scrape the money together. Yeah, saving money in this economy is no easy feat. Oh no, have you been neglecting your son all month so that you could save up for the glove? It's a nice gesture and a reveal like, oh, she does care, but also it's like, no, maybe that wasn't the best way to spend that time because he's sad all the time. Because it's obviously the mom. That's where they're going with this, right? The fact that this shop doesn't have an interior, so this scene is playing out outside of it instead is very funny to me. And this glove is the priciest one on the shelf. I sure hope your son likes it. For him, it's a small price to pay. He's normally very reserved and doesn't speak his mind. This is the first time he's really asked me for anything. That's how I know how much he wanted this. Lady's son sounds an awful lot like Noboru. You know, I have to leave him all by himself most nights, but right now there's just no other option. So I'm hoping this can make up for it. Some of it anyway. So maybe she wasn't neglecting him for the glove, hopefully. Because otherwise she has to learn the same lesson that the baby man had to learn about in the baby quest. But it sounds like she's just stuck at work in general, but is also saving for it. I'm sure he understands. The only reason you're away is because you're working hard, for the both of you. Children famously understand this concept, and don't struggle with it at all. He knows without a doubt you're a fantastic mother. I sure hope so. Anyway, I'm glad I made it on time. I'm taking him out for dinner after this. We used to go out all the time, back when my husband was still alive. No! Well, hey, you'd better go on over to him. Don't keep the birthday boy waiting. But she really is Noboru's mom. Happy for you, kid. You do have a great mother. No! I'm gonna rip his head off. I'm gonna rip his head off and throw it into the creek. You gotta be shitting me. Help! Thief! Am I gonna do a chase sequence? Weirdly, this game did a tutorial for a chase sequence at the beginning of the game, and we've never had another chase sequence the entire game. Like, they tutorialized the chase sequence, and then they just forget to use that mechanic in the narrative anywhere, strangely. Like, when you introduce a mechanic like that, you kind of want to pepper it in every other chapter just to keep it fresh, and I'm realizing, like, oh, right, they had me chase the weird, like, animal porn guy, and we've never done it since then. It's been like 20 hours or 30 hours now. Tamae-chan, are you alright? Don't worry about me. The glove is more important. You bastard. Hold on, Noboru. I'll get your present back. I get to be invested in this. Alright, you're going to die now. And bad news, I've always been really bad at memorizing fatality combos, so it's going to take me like 20 tries to do it right. It's gonna feel good rocking a brand new Sotoyama. Bet I could fuck with this thing on. Okay. Weird flex. Wow, I'm so far behind. Thank God he stopped and is strangely recognizable. That's the jerk who stole Noboru's glove. Alright, now stay there.
Hold on!
Hey, thief. You know what I'm here for, right? You didn't seriously chase me down just to get a glove, did you? You just attacked a guy for a glove, you fucking hypocrite. Also, that wasn't a chase sequence. Yakuza Like a Dragon, you're a weird video game.
I imagine with the way that they were inventing, not inventing, but like they were implementing a whole new combat style while also insisting on making them this long lately, that it's probably like, it's probably a rush development cycle. It's like, that's only, like, there's only the relief of the fact that they thankfully get to have it be like AA quality, so that it's not like they're not having to crunch insane God of War graphics into it or anything. But I'm like, it's such a strange balance of mechanics. The Bond stuff maxes out weirdly quickly. Other stuff's spaced out so strangely. But like, yeah, I'm just zeroing in on how weird it is that they use the chase mechanic because they recycle all their old mechanics usually, and we did it earlier. But even in quests that have chases, they don't do the chase mechanic. They just skip to after the chase is over, and he does it on its own. It must come up again because they wouldn't have tutorialized it for no reason. But I'm just noticing the weird moments that they just didn't implement it because they just didn't want to develop the chase route in the map, I guess, for it. You didn't seriously chase me down just to get a glove, did you? That glove is a little kid's birthday present, and you need to give it back. Not a chance in hell. This shit could sell for millions of yen on the internet. I don't give a damn how much you think it's worth. What's more precious than a little kid's smile or a mother's love? Back it up with that mushy shit. I'll kick your ass. Okay, so here's a dare, not a dare. A bet? I'm gonna call something. I'm not that committed to it, but I'm just curious. I just want to preemptively call this in case it does happen, because it'll be very funny if it happens. Which is that we'll see if chase sequences do eventually happen again, but if they only happen in Kamurocho, because that'll be extremely funny. Because if the chase sequences do come up again, but they only come up when we're back in Kamurocho, that would mean that they're probably recycling chase routes that already were made for previous games, because they recycled the map, and they just never made chase routes for Yokohama. And if that's the case, that would be very funny, but that would explain why there's been no chase sequences this entire game, despite it being in the tutorial. That would be so fucking funny. I can't wait to find out if I'm right. Give me back that glove. You've been degloved. Wait. There. How's that for mushy? Like your brains, because I broke them. Oh no, are you okay? That thief. Did you confront him? You're not hurt, are you? Nah, hardly a scratch on me. More importantly, here. It's yours. My son's glove. Oh, how can I ever thank you? I'm afraid I don't have much to offer you, but please take this. Maximum mittens. You saved my son's birthday. You really are a wonderful person. Hey, as long as Noboru gets his present, I'm a happy guy. Now go make his birthday wish come true, huh? How did you know his name? Oh, okay. Why does my son know Yakuza? Wait, how did he know his name? Exactly. Thought I could get that glove back. I should check up on Noboru a bit. Noboru a bit. Make sure it all goes well. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, hello.
Should I open it? Got it.
Every now and then I get a comment that asks, and this is always funny to me, why I mess up at reading things. Why? Like it's a choice? I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean why? It's like, it's one thing just to point it out, or even criticize it, but asking why is so funny to me. Cause it's like why don't I simply just not make mistakes? It's like I can't help but to like respond sometimes. I'm like, asking why a human is flawed or makes mistakes or doesn't perform everything exactly correctly every time is just a weird question. It's just a really why is there a weird square in this piece of the map? I wonder. But it's just a very, it's because I'm just like, I don't know what answer you expect. Like, what could the answer possibly be to the question of why? Optimistically, I guess. Less optimistically, it's like, what is this guy's diagnosis? Something is wrong with him. It's the only other implication I can think of what your answer could be, besides the idea of like, this naive, like expecting there to be some kind of like me to give you an answer that is going to satisfy you somehow. Oh, there's still more to do though. It's not over. Let's run all the way down this road. I got distracted by safes. It's surprising how often there's just a bunch of silver safes everywhere. Just kind of around. They give you the taste early on, but they lock every gold safe. Thankfully, you can click on the gold safe so they get added to the map for later. But also, yes, sprinkling the entire map with safes, 2 types of safes, is not that different from sprinkling the entire map with the constant amount of bugs and suitcases, although those seem more like random and respawning. But then also sprinkling the whole game with the Tojo clan crests. It's like, yeah. Covering the map with collectibles is like, in many cases, one of the lowest effort things you can add to a game. It was like a cute detail in older games like GTA 6. Oop. The more it goes on, the more it feels like just a padding thing.
Come on, Mom. Where are you?
Why don't you meet at home?
Don't give up just
where
yet.
You live.
I'm sure she'll be here any minute now.
The answer is so that the quest can happen at us,
Noboru.
Ah.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry I made you wait.
It's okay, Mom. Don't worry.
Okay, happy birthday, Noboru.
What? No way! It's from Taniyama Sporting Goods! Can I open it now?
The present's not going anywhere. Open it when we get a table.
Okay.
Now it's getting cold out, so let's go in and think about what you'd like for your special day. You can order anything on the menu.
As long as we're eating together, Mom, I'm happy with anything.
Aww.
Noboru, you make me proud to be a mother. I'm sorry I always have to leave you.
It's okay. I was kinda lonely for a little while, but then I made a friend named Kasuga-san.
Kasuga-san? What kind of person is he?
I'll tell you all about him.
I'm gonna have to file a restraining order.
Happy birthday, Noboru. Keep your chin up.
It's so different from the culture that I'm exposed to as far as the idea of children. What? I can hire the child? That's somehow sillier than me hiring a chicken, which is what you actually do. Like, that seems actually insane. Let's see. Let's order the entire beef menu next. Just keep clearing entire menus. Nope, not recommended. All of it. Maximum beef. My entire party will cease functions.
Who's hungry?
Me! Ah, nothing like an extra large beef bowl to satisfy a working man's hunger.
Got that right. I used to eat here every other meal.
But you know what? I probably should downsize. Guess that's the old age talking.
Come on, man. You really think you're that old? All right, let's order up some more. Ready to get your grub on?
Ah. Order more?
Of course you would order the exact same thing.
Hey, if it's too much for you, I could always help you out. Here, let me have some.
I'll be my guest. How about I take the meat and leave you the rice?
You sly old devil.
I like beef bowls. I like beef and onion and ginger and rice. I like the rice that's flavored by all the stuff that was on it before.
Tasty.
I like digging in and getting the, you get some of the beef and onion, and then you dig deeper and you get the flavored rice from under it, and you kind of alternate. You kind of like end up like going like side to side, like instead of top to down, you like clear it out all the way down to the bedrock over and over again. The bedrock, the plate, the bowl. I like beef bowls. When you have all the Japanese restaurants and stuff, it's one of the, along with the konomiyaki and a few other things, it's one of the, some of the stuff that's like much less represented of what comes over here. Is that particular specific getup.
Now we're talking. I got this live. Have fun with this.
You're gonna get
I first encountered gyudon via like shitty microwavable import meals from international markets, and then I was like, wait, this stuff's great, and this is just like the fucking TV dinner version of it. I need to find places that serve this more. Glittery item. Beep. Meep. Alright, so, I believe it's time to continue the story, after quite a bit of detour this chapter. What chapter are we in now? Chapter 7, the Spider's Web, yeah. Maybe we'll finally get into this one region. Yeah, the Gomi Jewel, so maybe this will be this area they keep kicking me out of all the time. I might even finally get the last, Kappa statue.
Adachi-san, are we already in Komi Jewel territory?
Yep, we're on Komi Jewel turf now. Feels like we might get attacked any second, don't it?
Don't say that. You're freaking me out.
Hey, stop walking, guys.
What?
Who's that?
Sunglasses at night? Really? She's lucky she's hot. Yeah, with a body like that, who cares what she's wearing?
You guys do realize you'd just be wallets on legs to a woman like that.
I mean, you know, beauty always has a price tag. It's part of the appeal.
Seriously? That's your logic?
You know, I can hear all of you.
Who is she? Is she with the Komi Jewel? How should I know?
Let's just go ask her.
We can't talk to people.
Wait, Kasuga!
Hey, how's it going? My name's...
Well, if it isn't Ichiban Kasuga and his merry band. Good evening.
You know who we are?
Yes, of course.
Of course. You're gonna have to explain that one. Guys, come on. She won't bite.
That's not verified.
So, I'm guessing you're with the Komi Jewel.
Yep.
This pretty lady didn't knife you, so you just trust her?
Relax. Now, ma'am, I think you know why we're here.
You want evidence that Lao Ma killed the Soapland owner. Or so I presume.
So well informed. But do you have any?
Probably. Come with me.
This is easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this.
Time to get chained up and stabbed again.
Nobody that beautiful could be evil.
What?
If you don't start thinking with the right head, you're gonna get us all killed.
This way. Keep following me.
Hey,
funny thing. A while back, we actually, got in a fight with a Komi Jewel fella.
Oh?
We were helping out some bar owners that you were, you know, stealing electricity from.
But isn't that all settled by now?
Is it? Oh, if so, great. Guess it's all okay then.
Don't be so nervous.
Huh? I'm not nervous. What? Do I seem nervous?
I just got shot in the face by a bow.
Fine. And besides, the jumpiness is a cute look on you.
Well, you know, I do get that sometimes.
Hey, let's all keep it in our pants, okay?
This feels like an Ada Wong walk and talk. I guess just because any femme fatale.
Place is pretty deserted, isn't it? Why haven't we seen anyone?
Kasuga, I've never been this far in. This is the heart of Komi Jewel territory.
Yeah, I figured.
Which is confusing because I thought Gomi Jewel territory was across that one bridge. There's no bridge around here. Like this one awkward spot where they always go, "Don't come here." I don't need to go that way. That was Gomi Jewel all along. I guess it was like I kind of expected that, but I just thought it was a spot. They don't want me to go yet in the narrative, but I thought their territory was across that one bridge, and that was the whole point of that bridge to be covered in crossbows.
Should we turn back?
Hey, what are you all whispering about?
Nothing. We're just a chatty bunch, is all.
If you feel uncomfortable, you can turn back. I won't stop you.
They will, though.
After coming this far, I don't think so. And you know we won't, so don't patronize us.
Point taken.
Let's pick up the pace, shall we?
Fine with me.
Hey, is this what they call a cat fight?
Gender.
If they start hissing, we'll know.
Y'all, come on. Wow. Two women having personalities at each other? This must be a woman thing. They're being women. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. It's so weird to think and write this way about people and talk this way. It's like, y'all, how many fucking confrontations do you have with every living person in this entire city? But two women are like, let's go. And you're like, wow, girls, dang. So this is Gomijul. Better make sure we're ready before we go in. I don't know where the statue is, but I'll find it later, I guess. All right, let's do this. I think if I photograph it, I'd make 1,000,000 yen. Which is a little less impressive now, but at the time seemed like a big deal. Maybe it'll be in the cutscene. There's all the electricity stuff. I thought this was like across... I thought all these wires were going across the water, though, somewhere. Not this random alley over here.
What is this place? It's crazy.
I guess rather confusingly, we were on the west... We were across the river to the west. So across the river from there would be back to the mainland. So the whole time the Gomijul territory was just sort of in the middle of everything, surrounded by normal buildings and not across a particular bridge. So the bridge they were stopping me from crossing was just the same bridge that I've crossed 1 billion times anyway, going back and forth. It's not really much of a specific dead... It's kind of weird. You expect it to be a more isolated location.
Kasuga, piece of trivia for you. In Korean, Gomijul translates to spiderweb.
Oh my god, that's the name of the chapter. That's crazy.
Oh, guess that makes sense.
But what's the point of so many power lines?
If you want to know, come and see the top floor.
Why are they just inviting me in? They clearly don't normally do this.
What? What is it?
It was just a cockroach. Don't scare us like that.
Oh, sorry. The thing looked like it was from the freaking Jurassic period.
Hey, we got bigger problems than a roach.
What? Like what?
Like how that woman's gone?
Ichiban, you dumbass. Why'd you take your eyes off her?
You did it too!
Everyone, shut up and look over there.
I saw someone.
Damn it. Another crossbow?
Gomijul bastards.
All of a sudden, we're not welcome?
Can y'all just state your intentions
What's
and
up
be
with the
normal?
creepy masks?
Now with the fists? And did you only have one crossbow bolt?
Okay, don't be silly.
All of you staying quiet? And I guess we'll talk it out the hard way.
Not a loser.
mercy now.
Well, I guess we'll do a murder on everybody now. Oh, there's the crossbow. I bet he has more bolts. Oh, that one guy's the real guy. He's got way more health. No, he stood up in time. It's annoying. I should have had time to get him, but they, for some reason, it made me stand completely still for like 3 whole seconds before it let me move on. Bye-bye. $4 grand and some levels. Wow. Almost everybody leveled up. We have 5 people total, and we managed to level up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
I feel the stats going up.
Hell yeah. Nice.
I'm getting stronger.
That's nice. Stay over there. Damn, woman really made us relax our guard. Us, I thought it was shady from the start.
Yo.
So what's the plan, Kasuga? We're damned if we do, damned if we don't, and I prefer damned if we do, so let's keep going. Was that supposed to be inspiring? That woman said that what we need is at the top, right? There's not so there's not much point in turning around, is there? Nanba's right. We have to get that info from the Gomu Jewel no matter what. Let's hurry. But with all the commotion, there's bound to be more on the way. I don't think it's commotion based. This is a plan. Nah, I think they already are. Heh, I see. Let's take him out then, Kasuga. It's can't help it. You have to fight your way through every crime family every time in order just to say hello. Oh, they're so spread out. Two down though.
Here we go.
Let's go.
I'm not going down.
No mercy. Oh yeah.
Huh?
Watch this.
Smack, smack, smack. Alright. Let's leave this room before a third fight happens in the same room that's just the same fight again. There you go, now everyone leveled. We gotta get out of here. Oop, chest. Oh.
Should I open it?
Got it.
I'm always amazed by, should I open it? I'm like, what? Give me loot. What do you mean, should I open it? Give me all the loot. Am I gonna leave without it? After clicking on it? Why would I ever do that? There's no downsides to grabbing things. Nope, none of the recent loot was looty. Well, there was some other stuff that might count towards some of these things. MP. Play bracelets for some magic. Pearl earrings, that's the healing one. So when I got those pearl earrings, there were items I already had before, and then I got maximum mittens, those are the heat ones. Yes, I've already had those before. Yeah, a lot of these quests give me rewards that I already have, but I guess they're technically a second copy, which another person could use if I'm really into that particular item. No! Almost missed it. I thought the door was gonna be a fight, so I was like, no! Don't make me leave the zone. I need every random useless item. Oh, wow, I pressed it so quick. That was so early, that was a huge mess. Ow! Rude. I swear somebody only blocks me in combat like once every 10 hours. So I'm never totally sure that that's really how the combat works. Oh my god! I knocked him off the roof. It'd be fun to have situational heat. Yeah, I wish they brought heat actions back. I would love to see situational attacks in these different locations. That was part of the fun variety of the old Yakuza combat, was that in these different contexts you unlocked different heat actions that they could finally do. Like, oh, let's do a toilet heat action. Let's do a throw people off this balcony heat action. Let's do a shove their head in the microwave heat action. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can only do in specific rooms throughout the game when the context was just right. How do I get up there? Do I hop down from here? Okay. Raw sapphire ore. A hand grenade. Normal. Yeah, they made the most spider thing and called the chapter the Spider's Web, and then the Gomujo means spider, and then they have a giant web of electrical cables where they're mining cryptocurrency or something. I don't know. Honestly, that might be. Oh, that'd be a really lame reveal. That could be a weird attempt to like make the narrative timely, but in a way that's immediately dated because of how quickly that feels like an outdated thing to be referencing. Oh yeah, crypto, huh? Reminds me of how like I read a story that I wrote at the beginning of like 2022, and I had a character that was being insufferable about NFTs. I'm like, that ages quick. Like every bubble. They were not sure how to telegraph where you go in this level, so they were just like, fuck it, make the camera angle point that way. There, now they know where to go. Those are just funny signs of like a rushed development cycle of just being like, okay, well, people get lost here, but we can't fix it, so we'll just have the camera snap to the spot, and then people will stop being lost here probably. Well, it kind of pushes you to just take off immediately, and it's like, no, I gotta keep looking. What about all those other items that you're not giving me? Then they also added the green traffic cone to direct your eye.
All right, how's that for crossing over?
I'm just happy to be alive. I seriously thought I was dead.
You guys didn't look up my skirt, did you?
What, that's what you're concerned about?
How would we look up your skirt? We were all on the same height. You didn't go above anybody. Weird. They can't help it. They're like, gendered writing. I wear skirts. I'm the girl. Huh? I feel like we're being watched. Now that you mention it, I'm getting pretty big murder vibes. Really? Maybe it's just your imagination. We're in enemy territory. It doesn't hurt to be cautious. Let's scout the area to be safe. Yeah, I have a hunch that it's just one or two of them. Let's get the upper hand and find them first. On it. Do-do-do-do. A chest. Find all the Gomujo. Oh god, I have a time limit. I want to get the loot.
Found it.
There's one.
There. Found it.
It's extremely funny. How many am I even looking for? Hello.
Found it.
I went up there.
There it is.
Okay. There were 6 of them. They caught us by surprise. See? My hunch was right. Change of plans. Gather up. Let's go for the preemptive strike before they regroup.
What's this?
Destroy. You thought you got away. Alrighty. Now I can finally get all this goddamn loot. They even actively made you look around, so it's like they're just taunting me over the amount of stuff in the room that I couldn't get until I was in an
Should I open it?
back to being able to walk around. Do it yourselfer. A steel hammer? Charisma up? I have no idea what that was for. The actual... It's really lost on me that they this is a thing that happens throughout the game, because I talked about it with loot too, but it's like, there's so much stuff where they just don't tell me what's happening. It's like, okay, that's some kind of achievement somewhere in Part-Time Hero, but like I'd have to like track it down manually in a list of, there's 66 here, 75 here, and then, oh god, oh these count too. Oh yeah, these are missions you actually do, so it's somewhere in here. So it's in here. There's 8 here, 98 here, 121 here, and 76 here. And it's like, what does that one mean? And you gotta find it here to even find out what the achievement was for. So I actually have no idea what a do-it-yourselfer even is, compared to like, in the context of what I got, the achievement doesn't make any sense to me in particular. So I just don't know what it was for. I'm just like, what was that? And how does it correlate to personality points? I just thought personality points were gonna be a thing that I understood why they were going up and stuff. Hello. Just weird systems. Yeah, just like with loot, it would just be nice if all the achievements and all the other things, just everything that happens would have like an explanation of what's happening next to it, and not just like a name and then nothing else, and then it just goes away. And you can't, and there's no button to learn more. Meowdy. Wee. Damn. Once you have 2 follow-ups on the same thing, it starts to feel like you're playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions a little bit. Where you do one elemental weakness attack and then suddenly the guy gets hit by every single member of your entire party, including the people that aren't even in the active fight. I think the game had 3 party members active at once, but you had like 6 or 7 overall people, and when you activated certain... If you hit people with the elemental weakness, in certain contexts, literally everyone would attack. And it's like, okay, this is silly.
Should I open it? Sweet.
Hard-headed. I guess it's for getting... The other one must have been just for looting tools, and this one's just for looting helmets?
Should I open it? Got it.
I guess we just kind of hit like a certain level of like achievement maximalism, where it's just like, fuck it, every game has 1,000 achievements now, but they're like, no, like, you would never like actually look at what they're doing, so it's mostly like the game's just kind of constantly shouting that you're totally doing something cool right now, I promise. Wow, look at all this progress you're doing, you're so good at video games. And you're like, wow, I'm not even trying and I'm winning. This is great. I want to play this game more. It tells me I'm good all the time.
What? What is it?
Oh, nothing. A bug flew into my ear. What a stupid thing. Go scare someone else.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I think that's basically the entire logic. It's just like, just constantly tell your players that they're doing good, and then they'll think that they'll want to keep playing. Little side area with a healing spot. Yep. These are lockers. What happened?
Should I open
The way they're scattered looks like one of those like abstract locations you see in like an indie horror game, that where near the end of the puzzle/horror game, all of reality starts to unfold. You're like, oh my god. There's like a lot of TVs stacked on each other. First aid kits. Oh, all these spider webs. Leave a message and I'll call you back.
Hey.
This is the heart of the Gomijul. They'll probably do what they can to hold the fort. You ready for this? Yeah? I mean, what else am I gonna do? I'm stuck at the end of a linear level. There's nowhere else to go. Yeah, let's do this. Oops. Yeah. Okay, then let's go. I already did the point of no return question when I entered the first time.
Very good. Well done, everyone.
Hey.
Allow me to apologize. We're not usually so uncouth.
The
texting while we're talking?
From Mabuchi's chains.
You remember me. I'm honored.
Hey, why bother saving us then just to attack us now?
I do apologize. The situation's a little complex.
What's this guy's deal? I don't like him.
Weren't you the one saying he was hot?
Just because he's hot doesn't mean I like him.
I'm serving in a strategic role for the Komijul. My name is Jungi Han.
Jungi Han?
You want to tell us why your men attacked us?
I simply wanted to see how strong you are. Actually, I ordered them not to kill you no matter what happened in the fight. And yet, I must admit you still had me worried for a second there.
No way, man. We didn't even break a sweat. Look, my hair's still perfect. Does that make me strong enough for you?
For my men, yes. But for me, why, I believe I could take all of you by myself.
Say what?
I happen to know why you're here, Kasuga. You're in quite the predicament. But there are things you don't yet grasp. If you like, I could explain things in greater detail.
How about you spare us greater details and give us the short version?
Very well. I'll focus on the part that's crucial for you to understand. Just give me a minute to figure out how to put it, so even an idiot can comprehend.
If you think calling me names is gonna get a rise out of me, think again. I like my life as an idiot.
I'm not trying to get a rise out of you. I like idiots myself. Now, this way, please.
Is he gonna take us seriously at some point?
Just let it go.
He really pisses me off for a hot guy.
It's always the sexy ones who piss you off the most.
Yep, that's why I prefer to associate with you guys.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
You can't hurt Adachi this way. You can't hurt him with lies.
I think you might be the very first non-Komijul who ever passed through here.
Why?
You should be grateful, or at least pretend to be.
So many screens, it'd be a shame if half of them were the same thing repeating over and over again.
World?
This is the heart of our business interests in Ijincho. Security cameras all over town. Footage shot by undercover Komijul agents. Here, we see everything the cameras see.
Rooms like this in fiction are always so funny to me because it's just like they try to make it look as impressive and chaotic and cool as possible, but it always makes it so it's like just actively within seconds of looking at it, I'm like, this is really annoying to look at. I'd be so annoyed if I actually had to work here and surveil things this way. Why do the cameras keep changing randomly, but also we have so many screens that they're literally repeating visuals? It's like, I just let all the screens be different things. If you have enough screens for all the things, they don't need to be changing, but also they're repeating. And why is that one mirrored? Some of them are the same picture, but backwards from the other one. It's like, what? Why is that camera flipped?
We have our own generators too, but they're not enough to power such an advanced system. So, that's why...
You have to jack innocent people's electricity?
That's one way of putting it. But you must consider that we are recent arrivals in Ijincho. When we came, the Seiryu and Liumang were already at war over territory. The area we now call Komijul was the only scrap left to us. Still, we've managed to use it to produce a very in-demand commodity. Information, which it turns out is also an excellent weapon.
Too good for regular weapons, huh?
We are quite small compared to the Seiryu clan and the Liumang.
I wouldn't talk shit, Kasuga. You're literally relying on him having information in order to survive right now.
We'd be the first to go down if it came to a real war. So, to survive, we have come to act as the balance between the other two. It's a strategy that has served us well, so far.
You balance them? How?
To give you an example, if a man from the Liumang entered Seiryu clan territory, we'd know it immediately and report it to our Seiryu contacts. And it wouldn't end there. We'd investigate the trespasser and use his friends or family as further leverage. So you see, we extinguish the sparks of war before they become fires. Though we do prefer that sparks don't fly in the first place.
So really, this standoff in Yokohama isn't among three equal organizations. It's two big, powerful ones, and a little one mediating between them.
Exactly right. The Liumang and the Seiryu clan should be thanking us. But they've never sent so much as a thank you note.
What if someone does start a fire on purpose? Would the Komijul do anything about it?
It's case by case, but many times that task would fall to us, yes. Sometimes all we have to do is apply a little pressure. But sometimes it calls for a heavier hand. It's all just business, of course.
So what about Mabuchi? You managed to put out that spark yet?
He's still alive, if that's what you're asking. But take a look at the large monitor, if you would.
Did you capture him?
Huh? This was recorded just moments before the death of Otohime Land's owner. You'll see both Lao Ma and his men.
Well, hey, this looks like rock solid proof to me.
Hell yeah! This is exactly what we were looking for!
I knew it would be. Anyone who watches this, even Zhao, will have to accept that Mabuchi is at fault.
Nice.
But I can't hand this over to you just yet. There's something else I want you to see.
What's that?
You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, this doesn't sound shady at all.
Yo, can you lighten up, man? It's starting to rub off on me.
This doesn't sound shady. Why even be sarcastic about it? We're literally in the shadiest location you could possibly be in. Like it's gonna start being shady now? It's the T-virus.
Come, have a closer look. It's not going to bite.
It actually looks like a Resident Evil thing. What the fuck's happening?
Printing yen. Counterfeit bills.
Why did you show us that, though?
More fake bills? Wait. These are different from Mabuchi's.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Oh, these fakes are on a whole other level, I assure you. They make Mabuchi's bills look like board game money. Put them side by side, and you'd see how sloppy his work is. These are made with a state-of-the-art printer. It can copy a bill down to each microline.
I was
What's a
wondering if you'd turn up
microline?
again.
Happy to see me?
I'm happy anytime a good-looking woman turns up.
Ma'am, you are standing in stiletto heels on a grate. This is not a power move you think it is. She'd be eating shit so hard right now. I'm thinking about how, like, in the most recent season of Beastars, there's a part where Louis lockpicks a door, and they blur it with a pixel blur, which is funny because you're like, why would you animate it if you have to blur it like that anyway? Funnily enough, there's also a pixelization moment in the manga, but in the manga it's when Louis throws up. So there's two different moments, one in the manga, one in the anime, where Louis gets a weird pixelization sensor in that era of the show and the manga. But from that, I learned that supposedly in Japan, it's like illegal to depict realistically how to lockpick, or if not illegal, it might be like an age rating thing or something. It's probably just illegal, honestly. But like for whatever reason, they had to censor the lockpicking, which I would have thought they would have known that before they animated it. So it's, you think they would just like put it off screen or whatever. But like I'm imagining that like the counterfeit system we're being shown here, they wanted to show the counterfeiting as a reveal, but it probably is illegal on some level to show any kind of realistic depiction of this. So they just have a nonsense Resident Evil sci-fi machine doing it for funsies, because then they can just do whatever they want, because it's just nonsense. Like, why would there be a series of individual arms that are doing little lasers here and there? Like, what are those individual lasers doing? What purpose does that part even serve? If it's cutting it, that doesn't seem right. But if it's printing it that way, it's like, that seems inefficient to do one little like laser marking, like moment by moment. Like that just seems like it would be really slow compared to anything else. But it makes me think about how, like, I think if I remember correctly, in Breaking Bad, the way that they make meth was originally too realistic, and they had to like shift it around and change it for the show so that people didn't just recreate the exact steps shown in the show and everything. Like, it's just kind of like a thing that happens with crime in media and the different standards of different countries for presenting this stuff.
It would have been sooner, but I had preparations to make.
Yeah, I bet your makeup routine's no joke.
Gender!
You're funny. I like you.
Ugh, can you two stop flirting? How about you tell us who you are already?
I don't think the lady appreciates your tone.
It's fine. Why don't you introduce me to them?
Of course.
Where does your ego end?
Everyone, allow me to present the leader of the Komijul, Songhui.
Wait, you mean she's their leader?
Komijul's boss is a woman?
You remember all that paper in Mabuchi's warehouse? The plain white paper inside the shipping boxes?
You mean the stuff for steaming food? Yeah, I remember that.
It's not for food. It's made with a very special compound. The Liumang import it from the mainland.
They're a Chinese import company. Makes sense.
The Japanese yen we make here uses the same paper.
What? Wait, do you steal the paper from the Liumang warehouse and make yen with it?
Steal us? We don't need to stoop to that. We arranged for it to be brought here.
Huh? What do you mean?
The Komijul asked the Yokohama Liumang to procure the paper we needed. It's only stored temporarily in Mabuchi's warehouse. Then someone from the Liumang delivers it to us.
Who brings it? And who did you arrange all this with?
Oh, it all goes through their boss, Zhao.
Zhao knows you used the paper?
Of course. How would we keep it a secret from him?
So, the paper in the warehouse gets made into fake yen, not yuan? But then, where does the yuan come from? That another part of your business? Or is that the Liu Mang's piece of the action?
Nope. It's neither.
What?
You know, this whole thing was kind of a fluke. One day, one of Mabuchi's men stumbled across a box of strange paper in the warehouse. It just so happened this particular guy was a former counterfeiter. A light bulb went off in his head, and he told Mabuchi they could use the paper to make fake yuan. Mabuchi gave it a try, and voila, huge profits.
So it wasn't even Mabuchi's idea in the first place.
Far be it from me to criticize others in the trade. But Mabuchi's not as smart as he thinks he is.
Why are you telling me
He just got
everything?
lucky one of his peons had a good idea.
Does Zhao know that Mabuchi is making yuan? Have you told him?
I did. But Zhao already knew. He's just pretending that he doesn't. After all, it's not like he can order his men to stop printing yuan. They'd ask where the paper was going. Not even Zhao could talk his way out of that. And he's not about to do anything that might risk his very profitable fake yen operation. So he's willing to look the other way when it comes to Mabuchi's fake yuan. It's logical. I'd do the same.
But does Mabuchi know the same paper is being used to make yen?
I don't know if this conspiracy
what
makes
he
any
takes
sense.
to make yuan is breakage, but I'm okay with breakage if it keeps Mabuchi in the dark. The only thing I care about is the paper continues to be customized for yen.
Customized?
Yes, legal currency always has a specific recipe. For yen, the main ingredient is a plant called Mitsumara. But the other ingredients, the mixture ratio, the manufacturing method, those are all state secrets, which makes it almost impossible to copy.
Then how the hell are you pulling it off?
We have a contact at the Treasury who passed these secrets to us decades ago.
And they've never changed.
That long ago. Why haven't the police caught wind of this operation?
If you're surprised by police incompetence, you're younger than I thought.
Oh, well. Trust me, I'm older than I look.
You know she's literally doing that on purpose, don't you?
The point is, almost nobody knows about these fake bills. So you better start explaining why you have one.
Ichiban!
Whoa!
I thought so. This bill is a misprint from our machine. It should have been destroyed. Tell me where you got this.
Our surveillance network has been watching you ever since you arrived in the city. That's how we knew you had a fake bill. It's time for you to tell us the whole story behind it. In detail. That's why we brought you here.
Well, now I know that, I guess. Still, why'd you tell us all this, like, stuff that's like, we'll tell you this, but now you have to die?
Look, I know what you're thinking, but you're wrong. I don't know shit about that bill.
You don't know anything?
Not a damn thing.
You know I won't hesitate to pull the trigger.
You say that, but you literally need information from me, and you're using it as a way of trying to get information out of me, so you are literally hesitating to pull the trigger, because your whole goal is involved around not pulling the trigger right now.
I know it. You're a lady who does what needs to be done.
You can just explain, Kasuga. You don't have to sit here.
I'm glad you recognize that. We've already reviewed every single frame of footage where you make an appearance. It does support your claim that you're clueless about the fake bill. It also showed you were bleeding out from a gunshot wound when you arrived.
Is there anything you don't know?
Yes, like why you're still here in Ijincho. You don't seem to have an actual goal or much of a purpose.
Just calling out the game for the fact that he's just moved to Yokohama because the open world video game wants a new map to be set in, and he, for some reason, they didn't just set the story here from the get-go. So He's just on this bizarrely long detour from the actual main plot that hasn't been acknowledged in like 30 hours, and now the game is calling him out for it.
Which I suppose makes sense, given the way you look and behave.
Kinda harsh there, don't you think?
But the same can't be said about one of you. Isn't that right, Nanba?
Hey, well, what's this about?
You showed up in Ijincho 6 months ago. The whole time, you were watching our building from the homeless camp. We saw you.
How long did it take you to notice?
Not long. But what caught our attention is you never showed interest in your campmates. Until the fake bill.
He only talked to me because the chief asked him to heal me up, and...
But why did he come with you on this journey? Is it the classic nurse in love with a patient story?
And
no,
they were roommates.
He doesn't have Florence Nightingale syndrome. He's
What?
after something.
Okay. I'm gonna learn a new term later.
Nanba! Don't move. She's not finished.
How are you walking on this grate? It's so distracting.
Nanba. Just...
Maybe she really is a spider.
You need to start talking. Who are you?
You Nanba, former nurse, 41 years old.
That's not what I'm asking.
I'm Shoichi Akiba's older brother, all right?
What?
Shoichi Akiba, the journalist?
Akiba was a pen name. His real name was Shoichi Nanba.
It's all starting to make sense now.
What is? What are you all talking about?
About 6 months ago, a journalist heard rumors about our counterfeiting operation. That was Shoichi Akiba. He came here to Ijincho to investigate, but after just a few days, he disappeared.
He disappeared? Don't play dumb! Just before he went MIA, I got a message from him. He told me he was being watched by the Komijul.
That doesn't narrow it down, though. They watch everybody.
Now you tell me, where is my brother?
I get it now. You think you're on some kind of rescue mission, huh?
I heard about Ijincho's Great Wall of Muscle. How it protected the town from outsiders. So I pretended I was a local.
By disguising yourself as a bum and joining their camp. Thinking you'd keep tabs on us because we're close to the homeless camp.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I never got any leads. Not until you showed up, Ichiban.
Well, now we know why his story was locked behind his bond. Or his bond was locked behind the story, I mean.
It was back when I saw that weird bill on you that I knew. I knew right off the bat that it was one of the fakes my brother had been chasing before he disappeared. I finally had a clue. So from that moment on, there was no way I was gonna let you out of my sight. I figured you'd eventually tell me how you got it, and I'd get closer to finding my brother. Stupid part is... every time you open your mouth, it became more and more obvious you knew less about it than I did. Pretty crazy, right?
I had no idea.
Well, I figured out pretty quick you couldn't tell a lie if you wanted to. And since now I'm sure you don't know anything, not much reason for me to hang around. I was just planning to slip away soon anyway. And I wasn't even gonna tell you guys when I did. I mean, what else am I supposed to do?
Nanba.
I didn't want it to happen this way. I'm sorry, Ichiban. I'm sorry, everyone.
Nan-chan.
bastards. What did you do to my brother? Did you kill him? At least tell me if he's still alive, please. You owe me that much. That's all I'm asking. Then you can do whatever you want with me. But let Ichiban and the others go. I'm willing to die. But you know they aren't involved. Spare them. Please.
That takes care of our little rat problem. Hopefully, he'll set a good example. The rest of you have the good fortune of being our guests. Sounds like Zhao has taken a liking to you.
Is he getting removed from the party?
Just a second. Where do you think you're taking him? You can't just take away my friend.
Friend? Didn't you hear a word he just said? He's been lying to you because he thought it would get him closer to us. You call that a friend?
Yes.
I can think of a few better words to describe him.
Yeah, good point.
Brother.
Friend isn't exactly the right word for Nanba anymore.
Amiki.
It's different now.
Lover.
So it's sinking in?
The thing is, the only reason I say that is because friend doesn't even begin to describe him.
You're really drawing this out. I already got it.
What do you mean?
He took care of me when I got dumped here. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have survived the night. I owe my life to Nanba, and that's a debt I can never repay him for. That guy back there is more than a friend. The only thing I would call him now is a brother! That's why I can totally understand why Nanba went as far as he did to find his brother. Nothing about his reasons for lying to us about his real goal was out of self-interest. He did it for his family. So don't you dare drag him through the mud and pretend like you're any better!
Hope you didn't forget I was here.
Hey, weren't you the one saying you could stop us all by yourself?
Well, this is embarrassing.
What are you doing? Get us some backup!
Time to call your bluff. I'm taking you out!
This is really embarrassing. Y'all just give us the fucking tape. Don't you want the fight to not happen? Oh, there it is. There it is. I was like, hang on a minute. I think they just took Nanba out of the party. Alright, Eri gets to have a fight. It's a good thing I've been auto-equipping gear, although I don't think she has accessories on. Granted, the accessories kind of suck in this game so far. The Senbei Chop? What class is she? Her default office worker class? Yeah, I think so. Senbei Chop, damage an enemy by slamming them with a giant rice cracker. Damage an enemy using a backwards roll to gain momentum. Deals increased damage to enemies with status ailments. Flying Crane. Damage an enemy by throwing scissors at them, which may leave them bleeding. Thumbtack Scatter. Damage a single enemy as well as any enemies around them with sharp thumbtacks. Inspire. Boost an ally's evasion. Photo Blink. Lower someone's accuracy with a flash. Ink Blot. Lower a group of people's accuracy by throwing ink in their faces, basically. And then she enjoys a massage somehow from someone in order to heal. I want to see the rice cracker attack. What button is it? Why? Uh-huh. This is embarrassing for you. Miraculous Voice. Removes physical status ailments from all allies with miraculous magical words. Oops. And this heals my entire party. So at least she has a full team heal finally. She finally has a reason to exist as the caster support character. They've done a very bad job of justifying her existence so far in the combat system. Ow! In fact, this might be a great time to have that button right now.
I'm not backing down.
How you feeling? Damn, backflip. I like that she's actually using a knife too. She like Eri actually has her main class actually is just like a combatant, even if it is just like an office worker that's here to just kick ass out of nowhere with office worker supplies. She does just straight up holding a knife that just happens to be a paper cutter or whatever. I appreciate that given my previous rant where it's like, why do they literally only have like womenly classes? Let's make the entire party stronger. Feel like he has a lot of health. Oh, didn't fall over. Haha, you missed. Oh, I'm puking. Oh, I puked him. Alright, rolling kick. Let's see the next one. Just see what her moves look like. Damn. Well, the follow-up was appreciated, but it wasn't very strong.
How have you survived this long?
Let's lower your attack, I guess, since you can AoE the entire party. You wouldn't hit a girl with you, a girl with glasses? Ow. How did you get all the aggro? Can I aggro you? I'm a cop! I'm a cop in the game, which it was a waste of a turn. Man, status effects suck. Oh, he's not looking so good. Oh, oh no, she's poisoned and stunned. Everyone's just taking turns losing their turns now. Oh no. My kindness gets stronger, I heal the party for more. Probably want to spend his turn on that though. We have a healer. Let's cure the poison. Oh, she's still stunned though, so she's gonna lose her turn. Not feeling so good. Ow. Just keeps getting punched by cutscenes over and over again. All right, let's see that massage. Oh, hello. Uh-huh. That's definitely how I see people use that usually. That's definitely why people buy those. Not looking so good, buddy. He's definitely is the hardest to kill out of anyone so far. This guy is exclusively attacking the women. Doo-doo. So she can only heal herself. Flying crane. Jesus Christ. Oh, he's stunned. Who's backing me up on this? Nanba's gone and Adachi's stunned. Oh, there it is. Okay, so she attacks him. They both attack. Has it been a whole team attack this whole time? And I just I've been skipping it ever since Nanba, so I didn't realize that everybody was doing it. Whoops. This whole time I thought it was a Nanba co-op attack, specifically. Okay. It's funny that only Adachi doesn't look like he's hitting anybody, and everyone else does. That's 2 levels so far for him.
Look at me go.
Alright, well they get... Well, all these people gotta heal.
You're better than I thought.
Nanba, let's get out of here!
Ichiban.
Get up. There's more of them coming.
Come on, you can do it.
All right, jeez, I'm up.
Greetings, everybody. Oh. Can you change who's in the party? No, he's still in the background all the time. Yeah, tag out's not an option. Got it. Let's see ink blot on this group. Haha, you can't see. Oh, they're not doing so good. Yep. Cool. Well, it's a good thing I unlocked a 5th party member. In moments like this, where they just take somebody away. I was kind of thinking they might just take Nanba away for like multiple chapters even. And you might just have to see him later. Yeah, see, they almost never actually stop me from running straight through them. Did I mash it wrong? That it seemed like I spun less than I'm supposed to. Maybe I was late? Thumbtack scatter. Is there a better target though? Eh. Ta-da! She's mean sounding too. She's like, sure you want to get hurt? She's way more aggressive. I've underestimated Eri. Uh-oh. He fell out of the map. Whoever's left fell out of the map, I think. Unless he's invisible? Oh, he's invisible. Okay. I thought he glitched out of the map. I was worried. It's funny because all of us could clearly see him because we were all locked onto him, even though I couldn't actually attack him. Everyone was still facing the invisible person. I thought he fell off the ledge, and I was like, uh-oh, what do you do in this situation? And I was gonna be like, I guess I'll summon. Oh, I probably can't. I was trying to think of like maybe you can kill him by using a target all ability. But I think the only target all abilities for that you hit enemies with are your summons, and I think those don't work indoors during dungeons and like main missions. They only work. I think they only work when you're in the world. Double level.
Now you've done it, Ichiban Kasuga. And here I thought you were just a cute idiot.
Here I thought you were just a tough babe.
Too bad you're actually a gullible dumbass. Too nosy for his own good.
Well, too bad you're actually a wacko psycho chick.
That's almost charming coming from you. What a shame that you need to die.
The backhanded compliments are getting old.
Just get the hell out of our way before we beat your sorry ass. Don't let them leave here alive. Take them out.
Why? I don't understand the Goma Jewel. Why are we prioritizing Nanba so bad? Like you know who he is. You just know that he was trying to find out where his brother was, so that contextualizes everything. But you also know that we're here to stop a war. Isn't that kind of the priority? Because that's apparently your guys' goal too. So just give us the fucking tape and we'll take it. Like, you know what we're gonna do. I just don't see much involved that justifies this kind of confrontation. Like, oh, somebody wants to get into your base and wants to know what your deal is. Okay. So most people probably. That doesn't seem like it's an unusual characteristic for somebody to have. Meanwhile, them being in your base, you invited us in. So that was a weird thing to do if you didn't want us in here. So much for the whole you should act thankful for being in here. It's like, what? Being lured into your slaughterhouse? What an honor. It's like, from their perspective, they already knew they were going to confront us over Nanba, so it's like, what's their goal exactly? Shadow Stitch. I'm amused by her in particular because it's like, she's an office worker, tee-hee, but it's like all of her abilities are shinobi attacks. You're like, wait, that's great. That's actually a pretty great class.
Come and get them.
Damn it. Hey, Nanba.
What? What is it?
You feel strong enough to run?
Yeah, I can manage.
Good. Get out of here while you can. We'll hold them off.
Get out of here into the surrounding neighborhood where we just get caught anyway.
Go.
What about you guys?
We'll figure something out. But if you don't make it, who's gonna find your brother?
Aren't you mad at me for not telling you about him?
I knew you my life, man. Don't you realize? If you'd been honest from the start, I would have helped you anyhow. And we'd have ended up exactly where we are now. Balls deep in trouble. So we're cool.
Ichiban. Thank you. But I can't just leave you all here.
I can't just leave you balls deep.
That's okay. I'm balls deep in this too.
Bro? Bro.
I'm balls deep.
Bro.
I share the sentiment.
But Adachi-san, Sachan, you're all sure about this?
Let's all be balls deep together.
Get going already.
All right.
Hey, don't let him get away.
I'm not clear on what him running away even accomplishes.
Chase. How about actually fighting us, Sanghui-san? Or are you scared?
Oh, you little.
Hey, calm down. Getting mad will give you stress wrinkles.
Gender.
Isn't smooth skin a big thing for chicks like you?
All your
Gender.
flirting with the guys will be for nothing if you get all angry now.
Gender.
Oh, you bunch of punks. You need to watch your fucking mouths.
I'm just saying that we... Oh, what's that? A female villain? Time for sexual harassment. It's not how any of the other confrontations work, but okay. Heavily damage an enemy by throwing a compass at their legs has a chance of lowering their enemy's evasion. What's this one look like? Not... Kind of hard to make out that one, honestly. She's definitely just is a shinobi. Honestly, I'm gonna replace Saeko with Eri, honestly. Because Saeko still just sucks. She has a full team heal, which is the strongest thing, but I never need it normally. So, whereas I do kind of want to throw a bunch of shinobi attacks around instead of having to deal with a character that they refuse to let have anything that isn't just super gender attacks. That man exploded. You missed. Should have backed up a bit, I guess. Why did I attack the guy that has no health? Messed that one up.
Seems I've underestimated you, Ichiban Kasuga.
Then, how about we call it a day?
If you don't mind.
What happened to how she doesn't hesitate to shoot? What is her goal here? Is this still a test or something? Because why doesn't she just shoot us? She definitely has more guns somewhere, right? I feel like it doesn't accomplish much to let Nanba run away, because I'm just like, what? The moment he's slightly out there, he could just get captured by random members of the Gomi Jewel, whereas if he's with us, we can keep fighting alongside him and protecting him and stuff, and we're all trying to leave. We're not trying to heroically sacrifice ourselves here.
That depends on what he says.
Huh? Fine. You still want to fight, Jungi-han?
알았다. 남바는 이진초에서 반드시 줘봐. I'm sorry, ma'am. But Nanba managed to slip away.
Shit.
Good job, Nanba.
Quiet. You don't understand what you've done.
Sure I do. We saved our friend from getting murdered. What's it to you?
If he leaks the secrets of our operation, we'll lose any control we had, and Ijincho will crumble.
Then why'd you tell us everything?
Don't you think you're being a bit dramatic?
Don't understand.
If the money dries up, wouldn't that cut down on crime?
We just want the tape.
None of you understand. I'm telling you, the city would grind to a halt.
Y'all are bad at your job.
We can't allow that to happen.
Does that mean you're not giving up on snaring Nanba, then?
Of course not. Until he scales the Great Wall, he's fair game. The Komi Jewel will use every resource at its disposal to find him.
Say you actually find him. Then what?
We kill him, obviously.
You set on that?
Of course.
Just him, not us?
Well, I guess we're doing this.
Doing what?
My pals and I will help Nanba escape, since you insist on murdering him. I guess we'll just see which side gives up first. This'll be exciting.
You're not funny.
I'm not trying to be. I'm serious. Haven't you figured out what kind of guy I am yet?
Yeah, a pain in the ass.
Don't be like that. I know you're head over heels for me, so can't you just let Nanba go? He's not gonna go around spreading your secret.
Well, it's not just my secret, so I can't make the decision by myself.
But
why is this a conversation? Why aren't you killing us?
If you just give the word.
Kasuga.
What?
2 a.m. tonight, Heian Tower in Chinatown. Be there. There's a man I'd like you to meet. Whether Nanba lives or dies will be up to him.
Who is he?
Don't be late.
What's gonna go down at Heian Tower?
Your guess is as good as mine, man.
What are we going to do until 2 a.m.?
Actually, there's something I want to look into while we got the time.
What's that?
For 6 months, Nanba pretended to be a bum so he could watch the Komi Jewel. That's what they said, wasn't it?
Yeah. Songhui mentioned it.
He must have had a lot of stuff at the homeless camp to live there so long. It's probably still there. I want to check, at least. There might be a clue that would tell us where he'd go if he had to hide, you know?
Not a bad idea.
How would it still be there?
Can't take Saeko to a smelly hobo camp.
We're still all gender again. You don't think that Nanba's stuff would have been picked through by everyone if he's been gone for like weeks now? Like, he's moved on. If he left stuff behind instead of taking it with him to the place you moved into, like, it's just abandoned stuff on the street. I think the homeless people would have just picked through it by now and divided amongst themselves whatever it is, because it's like he left it. He's gone. He moved out. Just strange to me. Did I miss something in the narrative? Maybe I did, but I'm like, why are they so dead set on Nanba but don't care about us in the same way? Just because he saw their secrets? Because we saw their secrets. Nanba's deceptive part of the narrative, like it's like it feels like the narrative's reacting to Nanba being a deceiver, and that's their entire motivation or something. But like, all he does is like, okay, sure, he knew about the Gomi Jewel and wanted information about them. That's normal. Tons of people are like that. We know now that the reason he was deceiving people was to find out about his brother, which he has not done. So he actually hasn't learned anything about his brother. So aside from that, he just has like seen the operation. But we all saw the operation. And he didn't even like break in to see it. All of us were brought in to look at the operation together. You showed us for some reason when you could have just given us the tape we wanted so that we could stop the war from happening. Now we're on a huge detour and we're still not stopping the war from happening. But also, like, I don't understand why Nanba uniquely needs to die and they're apparently letting us walk around. Like, I must have missed something, but it's strange to me.
Dude, I'm going too. Don't even think about pulling that card.
Nanba left the party. What I anticipated did end up happening. I guess we're gonna get a lot of use of Eri for now. Awkward she's not in the story. Let's go. Awkward she's not in the story because she's also like mandatory. You have to meet Eri. They made meeting her part of the main story. You can't continue without doing that. So I'm a little surprised she's not in the story going forward, although recruiting her is optional, unfortunately. I guess that choice messes, but I also probably don't want to write a story with that many characters. So somewhere in this alley, there is a kappa. And if I photograph it, I think I make like $1 million, or 1,000,000 yen. $1 million would be a huge difference. But the struggle is that these kappas are often hiding behind railings, or inside strange spots like this even. They can be super sneaky with these. But I followed a guide to get all the other ones because I was just trying to once I realized there was a prize for it, I was like, let's just knock this one out. It's exactly the kind of stuff that I think is not super interesting to do on the show itself. So if given the option, I would just skip over it if my only option was to either do it on the show or not, or if I didn't have the option of doing it off camera, I would just skip it because it's just not interesting to hunt down across the entire map those collectibles. But right now, it's high stakes. Just somewhere around here is one kappa worth 1,000,000 yen, probably, if I remember correctly. But I'm not gonna agonize over it for too long. But I knew it was waiting for me somewhere back here. I don't have the map open right now. Womp womp. It also might be somewhere in the playable area I had to run around in. Probably gonna move on, and just get it later. But yeah, well, audience, did you spot it somewhere while I was scrolling around? Did I miss it? It might be somewhere in like the whole like extended level around there. What was that glittery thing? There it is. Nail. Hey, I found a nail. Kasuga, why? Found a nail, guys. Oh, okay. Alright, Eri. Let's probably find you a better weapon. Although, where am I and where is Plot? Plot is there, I am here. Let's just go on down there. It's fine. Also, I don't know where to get you a better weapon. So I would kind of prefer to do that off camera. Just because I have to go checking around. Actually, that stall should be right here. The one where you get the weapons for about 100 grand. So it's actually along the way that I'm taking. Dang, what a coincidence. Plus 25. That's the 100 grand one? Damn. I guess it makes sense that random loot off the ground is catching up with the stuff you get from this stuff by now. Well, might as well just do it. There. That's at least something. Oh, the E that shows up when I compare items at that point is equipped, as in this is the one you currently have equipped, which is a helpful indicator. I thought it was E quality. I was like, how do I upgrade it? What do you mean it's E? I don't want it to be E. E is bad. I doubted stuff would still be here. I mean, it will be because of the plot, but whatever. This is no place to bring a proper lady, you know. We don't let women in our homeless encampments. We let them starve. Whenever a woman can't afford rent, she just starves to death in the street. We throw her in the river. Chief, what happened to Nanba, Ichiban?
Excuse me.
Well, he got himself into some trouble, so we'd like to take a look at this stuff. You're just going to dig through your old friend's stuff without his permission? It's our only hope of saving him. Don't get us wrong. I see. I won't stop you then. Space is a premium here. We'll leave as soon as we're done. If anything, I'd wonder if he ran here. Have you considered... Do you not have his phone number? I'm just like... Maybe Nanba doesn't have a phone number, a cell phone, because I think only we do, really. Actually, probably, maybe every character except Nanba has a phone number. Otherwise, I was going to be like, just pick him up. Man, kind of nostalgia coming back here. Here it is. Ugh, what is that smell? Some combination of sweat and mold?
Okay.
Yeah, it reeks in here. See anything that might help us find where he is?
Hey.
Hey, what about in here? There's a billion boxes, but that one magically has it. A laptop. Not exactly a common homeless commodity. I'd say that's right on the money. Really? How do you use this thing? What are you typing? I'm doing some research that'll comb through the whole hard drive. Searches. Yeah, if the search gets a hit, we'll check out the file. A hit?
Hey.
Just shut up and watch, would you? I'm not much of a computer guy myself. Let's let her handle this one. Sa-chan, you know computers and stuff? Obviously. Well, I did my club's books, so I learned enough. Am I finally earning some respect around here? Absolutely. Please be our sage at this fated hour. This one's suspicious. Ijinso incident, draft, version 2. Yeah, let's see what's in that one. Hey, you know how to use computers too? Well, I clearly know more than you. You traitor. Was this an article he was writing for a magazine? It says it was written by Shoichi Akiba. Shoichi Akiba, that's Nanba's brother. Yeah, mysterious fake money emerges in Ijincho, the truth behind the rumors. Where are the counterfeit bills? The truth behind the rumors. One of the only translated visuals so far, I think.
Yo.
Check it out. It says the rumors about the fake money started over 50 years ago. He really did his homework on all these old documents. Nanba's brother is pretty good. Hey, is this true? He says the fake money can be traced to the chair of the Citizens Liberal Party. That would be Okikubo, right? He's at the top of the political party. Well, Yokohama is Okikubo's district, but it doesn't seem likely that it would go all the way up to him. CLP party chair, blah blah. Counterfeit money ended up in party veteran Okikubo. Fuck, God. It's really hard. I know that technically white text with a black border is technically always legible, but it's so much fucking harder to read when it's on a background of newspaper. Yutaka Okikubo. Ogikubo. What's his deal?
Okay.
He's almost 80 years old, making him the oldest member of the CLP. Though people say the Prime Minister himself is just Okikubo's yes man. He's got major political clout. Sounds like some kind of fixer. Sounds shady as hell to me. Actually, he's never been dragged into anything scandalous over his years. Unlike most big politicians. That's probably how he stuck around for so long, to be honest. But theoretically, if the fake money is going to Okikubo, does that mean he's linked to the Gomi Jewel and that purple-haired harpy? But in that case, it wouldn't just be the Gomi Jewel. Zhao from the Lumong would have to be in on it. He's the one providing the paper, right? But skimming this article, I don't think there's
much of a smoking gun in here. So all this business about Okikubo being involved is just unsubstantiated rumors.
Okay.
True. Even if the article went out, it'd just be libelous. And people would probably write it off as being gossip or tabloid nonsense. But as for us, we actually know the fake money exists. Right. Which means we have to assume there's some kernels of truth in this article. But even with that being said, isn't it kind of a stretch to connect Okikubo to the counterfeiting?
I see.
Something just made sense. What did? Nanba knew about his brother's article from the start of this whole thing. So when he saw the misprinted fake bill that I had on me, he played dumb, but it must have made him jumpy. No doubt. That's probably when he realized his brother's story had some truth to it after all. It's also probably his first sign of hope in a long time. That's gotta be why he latched onto me like he did. Damn it, I wish I would have noticed sooner. You didn't do anything wrong. So the Gomijul boss still has your bill? Yeah, I'll have to get it back from her next time we meet. You think she'll just hand it back to you? Let's focus, guys. The only thing we've learned here is Okikubo's name. There's nothing here that would give us any hints about where Nanba went. We're meeting up with her at 2 a.m., right?
Yep.
Yeah. We should probably start heading to Heian Tower. You think the person she wants us to meet is Okikubo himself? A politician? No way. They hide any collectibles around here? Oh, is she running around? Is Eri running around with the group while she's in the party? I guess that makes sense. I guess I would change out who's walking around in the open world with you. The female restroom is just obliterated with garbage. As if homeless female people, homeless women don't exist. Homeless female people. All right. Good job, me. So close to final rank. Damn. I guess that means it'll be easy to do next episode. Doop. Way up there. Okie dokie. Nearest taxi. Straight ahead, and to the left. Oh, hello. Another Tojo token that was added later. I don't have a single taxi in that entire region. So my closest one is this one. And we'll head back down. And also keep an eye out for taxis so I can add this zone to my map. Just head on a swivel for collectibles. I'm not even sure if they're that justified in why I even want them. It's just... I'm not immune. Oh, taxi. Even if I rally against a lot of the practices, it's not like I'm gonna just ignore the fact that Shiny's on the ground. Funny little pig. Probably no taxis on this street. It's meant to be pedestrian only, I think. Yeah, this looks like you probably don't even drive here. Although in many cases you kind of do. I mean, bikes are better, but sometimes you can kind of drive in places like this. You just go extremely slowly, and you have to yield to literally every passenger. So it's definitely slower than walking. So at that point, you just need the vehicle to reach its destination for some reason. Probably delivery. Like how all these shops are stocked in the first place.
Hien Tower, huh? Pretty fancy spot. Think they'll treat us to a meal? If that was the case, you wouldn't even pass the dress code. Huh? Why? Besides, it says right on the door, no Yakuza or ex-Yakuza allowed.
For real?
Seriously? It was a joke, dummy. We're not here to eat, regardless. Don't tease. I never got to come to these kinds of places. What about me, though? Would my clothes pass? I'd say you're in the same boat as Ichiban. Did you think that you were competing with Ichiban for dress code? Like, he's definitely dressed better than you are. You're just wearing a jacket. I knew I should have changed. As I was saying, we're not here to eat. Guess not. Shall we then?
Nobody's here. You sure this is the place?
Aw, are you scared? Don't be so wimpy. I thought you were a cop.
That was a long time ago. I'm a driving instructor now.
Not anymore.
He's just allergic to fancy restaurants, that's all. He's a man of basic tastes.
It's true. I only ever go to fast food joints.
Ugh, that's so gross.
Also true.
Right on time. But everyone's already inside, waiting for you.
Well, we weren't late, so you don't get an apology.
And I wasn't expecting one.
Cool.
I just thought I'd let you know. Of course, now you're making them wait further.
Cool.
And who is them, by the way?
You'll see. Go in, please. There's no need to worry, Kasuga-san. You have the Jungihan guarantee that no harm will come to you here.
Hard to trust the guy who was pointing a gun at me just a few hours ago.
Ah, but now we are outside the bounds of the Great Wall of Muscle. That changes things.
Come in!
That was Song-Hui.
Here we go.
Yo, Kasuga-kun. How you doing?
Zhao. And...
This is a pretty fun mix of leaders.
What's up with the old guy?
Watch it. That's Ryuhei Hoshino, the Seiryu clan chairman.
What? But if he's here, then that would mean they're...
yeah. The Eugene 3. All the leaders gathered in the same spot.
I'd be a little worried about this room just exploding.
Kasuga, think you can tell us what the hell is going on here?
Well, what's chapter 7 called? Oh, fuck, I missed it. Or 8, chapter 8. Chapter 8, Bleached Black. Oh, Bleached Japan?
Please, step inside.
Hey, aren't these three supposed to be fighting a war?
Supposed to be.
Kind of a weird place for us to meet, Chairman Hoshino. Especially considering the three of you look more like you're ready to have a tea party than tear each other's throats out.
Usually we meet only once a year, unless there's a need to share information face to face, as we must now. We always do what it takes to keep the Great Wall intact.
Your men are killing each other out there. You don't want to stop them?
Stop them? 2 of my youngest men were gunned down without mercy. Liamang-Turf's been raided right up to the perimeter of their base. There's no stopping any of it now. At this point, whoever retreats first will have lost the war. I can't lay down my spear until that happens.
That's pretty much the same deal for me.
It's been a little weird to build up to a war this whole game so far, and then when it actually happens, it's basically entirely off screen. Like they usually do a big thing about selling each war in Kamurocho with like those big groups of dudes and mayhem and all this crazy shit going down. We saw the shooting, and we saw like a glimpse of the captain starting his mission, and then we caught up to him in the aftermath when he was about to go in that building, and then we beat him up. But as far as a war goes that's been actively happening, it's been very forgettable that it's happening. In fact, they literally add like 6 to 8 new side missions in the middle of your detour, and both during your wandering around and during the main story, there's not really like background evidence of like this big war happening in the city. Honestly, just weird pacing. It was a weird time to give us more side quests, especially the ones like, oh, this little girl needs charity and this little boy needs a friend during his dinners. Why would they have those missions? Why would they have those missions be added during the war? Just very strange pacing. Maybe we could have spent more time with the war instead of that 1 hour-long dungeon of repeating rooms that had no narrative context while you were doing it.
Then why are you two here? Gonna decide the war over a game of cards?
Not the worst idea.
What the fuck? People are dying! And meanwhile, you three are just hanging out playing nice? Think your men would approve? Do any of you even care what your own people think?
Kasuga, there's no need to throw fits about what you don't understand.
Do you know right now Captain Takabe is Xiao's prisoner?
Prisoner? We're treating him more like an uninvited guest. Honestly, I'd let him go if I had one good reason to. I just don't, that's all.
So you're going to sit here and do nothing? Just let the chips fall where they may?
Kasuga's being a little weird right now. Isn't his entire goal in a war like this to get the leaders to meet so they can have in any way try to figure out how to resolve it or stop it or negotiate it and so on? So like he's getting what should be his goal right now, and it's like the fact that they've met for any reason is a good sign. And they never said that can't wait to just sit around and watch the worst thing happen with no interference or no planning. Like he's acting like they're just hanging out, being chill, and haven't just met up here specifically for a purpose. It's just he's making strange presumptions, and I don't know what his deal is.
That's how it needs to be.
Well, fuck me, I guess. It's weird how much he feels like he's ahead of the plot, though. Kind of like how the writing's done this a few times, like how they were like, "Wow, is this a cat fight?" I'm like, that's a weird reaction, but like then those two characters are constantly having a back and forth and being very vicious at each other. I was like, okay, so the writer knew they were going to write these two characters being vicious at each other, or particular Saeko being really fixated on her. So he preemptively put in the line about the cat fight, even though it hadn't really been earned yet. It's like some stuff kind of feels like it's happening out of order, though it could also be a localization.
A bunch more pointless deaths is how it needs to be?
They're not pointless. Our men's willingness to fight is the entire reason we're able to serve as checks on each other. As long as the triangle remains balanced, it can hold firm against outside pressure. It's much like how Japan established separation of powers after the end of its dictatorship.
I don't think that's what that means.
It's not perfect, but it's the best solution we have. Do you see the logic there?
Oh boy, a post-war history lesson. What? That's what you're comparing it to, right?
Yes, because it's relevant. The post-war period is when the town's lines of power were drawn.
Huh?
The black market was born from the ashes of the war. It laid the foundation for modern-day Ijincho. Back then, the Seiryu clan was thriving. But in Chinatown, two rival Chinese gangs were competing for dominance. The winner of that fight prospers in Chinatown to this day. The gang that lost became the Yokohama Liumang. They were driven out of Chinatown and into Ijincho. But the Seiryu clan wasn't about to take that kind of invasion lying down. For a time, the gutters practically ran with Liumang and Seiryu blood.
Man, you gonna lecture until the bell rings, Professor?
You want to understand what's going on? Then you need the history, you smartass.
If you want to understand the fake money, that is.
The Seiryu clan knows about that?
Yes. All the fake money printed by the Komi Jewel goes through me.
But doesn't that mean the Seiryu clan is the real puppet master behind all this?
How do you figure that?
Mabuchi started forging Chinese yuan, sure. But only because of the counterfeit yen. I think I'm starting to figure all this out. The Liumang brings in the paper. The Komi Jewel prints the bills. But then, the Seiryu clan keeps all the profit? Wait, are you all in this together?
Kasuga-kun, calm down. You're jumping to conclusions.
Because I'm pissed off right now. First I'm kidnapped, accused of being a Seiryu Yakuza, then blamed for being the spark that ignites a war, nearly killed over Nanba's thing. Now I'm here with the Ijin 3, who, by the way, don't even give a shit about the war! Tell me, why should I calm down?
He's got a point.
And you with your damn Seiryu clan, you're the one getting the most out of this!
No, because we're not the final destination of the fake yen. That will be Yutaka Ogikubo's pocket.
Yutaka Ogikubo? I saw his name in an article. He's some big shot in the Citizens Liberal Party.
All three of you are working together to support him politically? Why?
Huh. Suddenly my history lesson seems relevant, doesn't it?
Fine, get on with it.
Ogikubo is the man who proposed making fake money in Ijincho. This was 60 years ago. He pitched the idea to the first Seiryu chairman and first Liumang boss.
A politician suggested committing federal crime to a bunch of gangsters? For real?
At the time, Ogikubo was only a member of the city council. But he saw the fights breaking out between the long-established Seiryu clan and the newly arrived Liumang. He understood it was, in essence, a turf war. Knowing that, he looked for solutions to stop the bloodshed, solutions that would save lives. And eventually, he managed to find an answer.
Fake money, of all things.
Industry. Which in this case is, yes, fake money. Ogikubo split the roles up evenly. That way, both organizations would have a common goal. The Liumang would import special paper, the Seiryu clan would print and transport the money.
How did Ogikubo know the counterfeiting process?
He didn't at first. But since he had faith in his plan and a desire for peace, he used every single connection he had to collect the raw materials, plus the recipe. Counterfeiting wasn't that difficult back then. Currency didn't have all the security features it has now.
It's only gotten harder over the years.
But anyway, after the first batch was printed, Ogikubo used it to bribe the cops.
The cops? Not the Seiryu clan or the Liumang?
There would have been no point in paying off those two. That conflict goes deeper. Ogikubo understood that.
Okay, but why give it to the police?
They wanted to control them, of course. And in the blink of an eye, they became his loyal servants. That ought to surprise no one, given how corruptible law enforcement tends to be. Anyway, Ogikubo had his new minions in uniform crack down on one certain region of Ijincho.
Well, that doesn't sound like such a bad thing.
Yeah, he was making the city safer, right?
Now, that was just a side effect of what he really wanted. To squash every attempt by the Seiryu to drive out the Liumang. All police resources were dedicated to that one goal. It created a tiny pocket of Ijincho that was essentially violence-free.
Well, I bet that worked out great for the Liumang.
Oh, and you're the sharp one, I take it. Yes. That zone became the Liumang's home. So there it was. A place controlled by a criminal organization, but with low crime. The first gray zone.
And the Seiryu clan just accepted that? Why would they give up their territory and all its income streams like that?
Because they were getting continuous payouts from the counterfeiting operation. And that wasn't the only thing. Anytime one of us did something that normally would have landed us in hot water, Ogikubo would contain it.
Funny how Bleach Japan is always confronting prostitutes and not the Liumang.
He kept it off police reports. That kept us from losing men to the law. So there were plenty of benefits for us, all while we kept our honor.
This Ogikubo's a pretty shrewd guy.
Nah, he just used some old tricks every politician knows.
Oh, well, perhaps. But do you understand now how we benefit from him?
Yeah, I get it.
And my people reap those benefits also. In the 80s, the Komijul was saved by the Ijincho Gray Zone.
How?
Our parent organization was the Jingon Mafia, which formed decades ago in Korea. Even only a few years ago, he was a body double for their leader. But every time the Jingon Mafia got rushed, some of its people would drift to Ijincho. My mother was one of those. I was young when she brought me here. Ijincho was a breath of fresh air after living so long under their ridiculous code.
That's why he looks like the dead guy.
More people heard about the relief we found here, so more came. But then our safety was threatened by something else. As our numbers grew, so did our clashes with the Yokohama Liumang.
You started fighting them?
Not outright. Ogikubo stepped in, right before a real war erupted. He brought us a proposal that we take over the Seiryu's counterfeiting business. It was an offer of steady income and safe territory. How could we refuse? In return, we would perform the surveillance necessary to contain the secret. That's how we started to build a system that now monitors every inch of Ijincho. It became our way to contribute to the smooth running of Ijincho, alongside the Seiryu and Liumang.
So that's the origin story behind the Ijin 3.
Ever since, we've all supported Ogikubo, and he supported us in kind. He used the huge streams of money from us to secure his seat at the helm of the Citizens' Liberal Party. Now, no one in the cabinet can speak against him.
After masterminding a way to bring peace to the city, he moved up in the world. Well, there are worse ways to climb the ladder, but I can't condone it. It's still a cover-up.
Really?
So you would say even perfect results don't matter if the methods are flawed? What about the police themselves? What about their alliance with all the Yakuza which...
Are the results perfect if you're all at war right now?
Grew from the scorched earth of post-war Japan. Light and dark joined hands to rebuild, and that's how we got where we are today. You can't deny the ends justify the means.
Well... What does it even matter what happened? Who cares about that stuff right now? It's all in Ijincho's past.
This is all like... We're definitely in the part of every Yakuza game where the conspiracy gets so complicated, and also so much of it has to be exposited as off-screen stuff, that I don't really fully understand what's happening anymore to some extent, and what the power balance is, and whether or not it even makes sense, but I can't help but think that the ends don't really justify the means, and that it's like the thing you achieved was like self-serving and probably wasn't necessarily to the actual benefit of all of the random people who actually live here. Like, I don't think it's necessarily giving them a better life, which is kind of getting lost in the storm of all this.
What we gotta think about is its future. So why'd you call us here? What do you want?
Your friend Nanba-kun, during his search for his brother, spied on us and invaded our privacy. I assume he began with the fake bills because that was his brother's subject of investigation. But he was reckless, digging through Komijul affairs like a rabid raccoon. Right from the start, he's refused to show any respect to the Ijin 3. Now he's seen the counterfeiting for himself, and we have no idea where he is.
So have we. Why are you telling me everything?
We must ensure his permanent silence.
Why are you telling us this? You looking to make a deal for his life or something?
A deal? Kasuga, under most circumstances, all your lives would be forfeit. But I have some idea of how this fake bill ended up in your pocket.
What?
Huh? You do?
Out of respect for this person, I will look the other way.
Is it George Takei? Who shot me?
But who the hell was it?
And then put it in my pocket afterwards?
If you really want to know, you'll have to bring Nanba to me. Personally.
We can't do that to Nanchan.
Sure is tempting.
Kasuga.
But I'll pass. Nothing I need to know so bad that I'd sell out a friend. So we done here?
You do realize, if word gets out about the counterfeiting, the Great Wall will crumble. And that means the end of the Gray Zone.
Then why'd you show us?
Yeah, that would suck. For you.
Look, the Great Wall keeps the peace with less than honorable means, sure. But it provides a safe haven for desperate souls with nowhere left to turn.
Yeah, man, I get all that.
Well, here's what you don't get, you moron. When we say no one gets in, that includes the Tojo clan and the Omi Alliance. So see, if we're talking about people who owe their lives to the Gray Zone, you're one of them, Kasuga-kun.
What?
After you were shot, the only reason the Omi didn't finish you off is because you were inside the zone.
What are you trying to say? That I owe something to the city?
Go ahead and act like you're above it all.
The logistics of that are hard to justify because I was shot, then transported all the way here, and then dumped in the garbage. If they wanted to finish me off, they would have just done it when they shot me. Why am I all the way over here unless they specifically sent me here? Also, I don't think most of the Omi Alliance and Tojo knows I exist or cares. It's just Daddy.
But you've benefited from our operation as much as any of us.
Literally
Fine.
no.
Still doesn't mean I'm gonna sell out a friend.
I didn't make billions.
Before you insist on that, I have something important to say.
Yeah, what?
We already have assassins hunting Nanba.
What the hell? Whose assassins?
Mine. Somebody had to step up.
That's stepping up in your book? Hunting an innocent man?
Unlike you, Kasuga, I don't turn down attractive offers. But don't worry. I told my guys to make it painless. But, my men have gotten a little rough lately.
You son of a bitch. Call him off!
No can do. I think one death for the sake of the whole city is worth the price.
What do you say to our offer now? If you refuse, Nanba will die.
But aren't you gonna kill him all the same if we bring him to you?
Instead of worrying about that, worry about getting to him first. Your clock's ticking.
Hey, we don't even know where to look.
I may have an idea.
Well, there you go. So, Kasuga, given all this, what will you do?
I mean, guess I'm rescuing Nanba from your stupid assassins.
This has gotten a little bit into what the fuck is going on territory. Where it takes some real work to unpack what every individual character's motivation and role is in this giant mess at this point. We're like, what the fuck are you talking about? What? Why is everyone doing that exactly? Yeah, and I'm not super clear on why they don't kill us for the same information. I don't get why they showed us the counterfeit operation if they didn't want us to know about it. Like, also, Nanba doesn't have proof of it. He just knows stuff about it. Like, who would believe him? I don't think he documented it in any way. He just saw it. Which is the same thing as us. Just strange.
Hey-ya.
So who gave you that fake bill? I'm worried about Nanchan, of course, but that's got me curious. You want to know where Nanba-san is right now, Kasuga-san? You already found him?
No.
All I said was that I have an idea. I can't be certain. But the Yokohama Liumang are searching for him on their own terms.
Yo.
So, where's Nanba then? There's no indication he's left Ijincho. That'd be impossible while the Golem Jewel has him in our sights. Could he have gone to the police? I don't think he would risk that. He'd have no way of knowing which officers are sympathetic to the Agent 3. So, where would he go then?
Yes.
If I were Nanba-san, I would think Bleach Japan would be my best bet. Bleach Japan?
I see.
I get it. It's possible they'd be willing to protect him, huh? I've already increased the surveillance detail in the Bleach Japan office. We haven't sighted him there yet, but it's possible he's already inside.
Hey, yeah.
What should we do, Ichiban? Let's say we catch Nanba and bring him here. What would you guys do to him? That's not my call to make. However, if you do nothing, the Liumang assassins will eventually succeed. It's only a matter of time. Damn it.
Yo.
We don't have time for this, Kasuga. We're gonna find him first. We have to take the best bet.
Sup?
Where's Bleach Japan's office? The Hakuyo building on Carriage Highway. Their Yokohama branch is on the second floor. Chapter 8, Bleached Black. He's not currently listed as being in the party. I'm wondering if he's going to join in. I think he's not currently walking around with us. Nope. Oop. Sparkle. Oh, I think I saw on the ground when I was approaching, but it got stopped from grabbing it by the cutscene starting. Well, alrighty. Gotta head all the way back over there. So that's where Bleach Japan is. It's like the last corner of the map that isn't taken over by something or other. So I guess the idea is that this is Ijincho, and this is not? I don't think it's that clear either, actually. I find it interesting that there's just like... So we meet in Chinatown. Did I miss the thread, or is there a fourth faction then, right? And a fifth faction if you count Bleach Japan. But this area has the Liumang, the Gomojul, and the Seiryu. But also somewhere up here is a warehouse that's run by Liumang. But also Chinatown is the people that kicked the Liumang out in the first place. So Chinatown's people are near the warehouse, presumably. But also, like, they all... It's like that's a whole other faction that they don't talk about as part of the 3. Somewhat confusingly. I don't expect them to have Bleach Japan because they're not really a rival gang in the same way. But like, isn't there a fourth faction in play that just we don't hear about ever, basically? Because like, Chinatown's not some distant location. It's just right here on the map. Huh.